Hello?
Welcome back to the Storymoders podcast. My name is Robert. His name is Mike. We are joined by two awesome people. We got Raiiley back for the first time in days, and our new friend, Hero of Time. How are you two doing? And Mike, how are all three of you doing? Somebody start talking. I don't care. Go ahead. Awesome. Great talk. Okay, Mikey?
We're all too polite.
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Got a new phone that I'm trying to get set up. So
Is it a new Android phone?
No.
Oh, good. Okay, because I can't help you if it was.
No, it's an iPhone. I'm just getting it all, doing the whole data transfer thing. So taking its merry sweet time.
That's always a pain. That's like the worst part of getting a new phone, I feel like.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Let's introduce our guests. First off, we've got Raiiley, who, like I said, joined us a couple weeks ago, and then finished the game that we're talking about today, Ghost of Yotei, and was like, hey, can I talk about Ghost of Yotei? And I was like, I've been looking for someone else to talk about Ghost of Yotei with our other guest. So, Raiiley, welcome back in, my friend. How are you doing?
Hi. It's been going well. It's another month of trying to complete as many games in my backlog, and this happened to be one of them. I was like, I need to talk about this game because it's so amazing.
Yeah.
And
I haven't played it, so I don't know if it's any good. I also haven't played the first one. Or the
wow. Shame.
Multiplayer offshoot.
We'll get into it.
Shame.
We'll get into
Shame,
it.
Robert. Shame.
Yeah. And our new guest for the first time. Hello in chat. Ash. Don't bash Ash. See, Ash sent us some info on the game or some thoughts. I'll read them later. But Asher, a.k.a. Hero of Time. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome in for the first time, buddy. We've been trying to get you on for a minute. So
I know. We've been trying to figure it out, and then unlike Mike, you weren't trying to call me for 2 years. So
no.
We just couldn't seem to coordinate the right day.
Yeah.
But here we are, which is great. And I'm glad to talk about Ghost of Yotei, which is an incredible game. So can't be here for a better reason. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. And for those who, obviously everyone who's watching and listening, it probably already knows who you are. But for those who don't know, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, what you do, your kind of schedule, what you stream, what you do?
Yeah, I'm Ash, HeroOfTime73, everywhere on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. Like to play all types of games, anything from Souls-likes to cozy games. I also am a big fan of Zelda, if you can't tell by my name. Mr. Hawks and I have a raging battle about that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I play games on the internet every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we might add another day in there soon because there's too many games like we've been talking about. There's a big backlog. So
it's like 12 games.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy. Let's play them all.
A very long 12 games.
Play them all at the same time. 12 games.
Yep.
12 different screens.
Fair enough. Speaking of which, Mikey, you been playing anything this last week?
Yeah. So I spent 26 American Fun Bucks on the Diablo 2 Resurrected Warlock expansion.
Oh,
yes, you did.
How is it?
It's good. I'm still trying to figure out the Warlock, but it's a fun class. My buddy Devin, Doctored Garage on YouTube, if you like old Toyotas and dudes being tortured by old Toyotas. Got him off the bench.
What? Go ahead.
I don't know. Some people... Listen, man. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum like that.
No kink shame here.
Damn right. We played Diablo 2, years ago because it was hilarious for us to just build these crazy gaming PCs and be like, yes, let's play this thing from our youth. So... But but he threw down for the Warlock. He started his own Warlock, so we were just running around, and that's probably what I'm going to be streaming. So
that's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bardock the Warlock.
Hell yeah.
Raiiley, what have you been playing? I know that you recently finished Ghost of Yotei, but
So I kind of like started to go through my backlog, and one of the games that is kind of like, oh, I just need to finish it real quick is Borderlands 4.
Borderlands, yep. Go ahead.
And it was a thing of I streamed it this past Sunday, thinking it's like, oh, I'll just quickly beat the last boss and it'll be all fine. I played for like maybe 5 hours and realized it's like I'm not going to be beating this boss anytime soon. It's like, well, we'll put that on the back stove for a quick bit, and then we'll hop over to Battlefield 6 and finish that campaign, feel accomplished, and then move on.
Perfect. And Hero, I'll just call you Hero. Is that cool? You want me to call you Ash?
Yeah. No, Hero's good.
Okay.
That's what everyone calls me, basically.
All right, Ash, what have you been playing, bud?
Just said the exact opposite of what I said before. So for me, I have been playing a lot. I was in my backlog. I had Cult of the Lamb forever, so I decided to finally pick that up and play that. Very, very good. And then the other one I was like dabbling in because Steam had an amazing sale. Was replaying the Kingdom Hearts series. Shout out to Dex for streaming that, and Aoshi as well. So I'm like almost at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. I just like chip away at it randomly. Since I've played them before, it's just like a comfort food. It's just really fun to play.
Are you modding Kingdom Hearts and giving Goofy big naturals?
No, can't say that I have. And then recently, of course, because of the release of it, I've been playing God of War Sons of Sparta, which I am enjoying a lot. I am a huge Metroidvania fan, so I'm very happy to be playing a God of War game that's a Metroidvania, and I'm a huge fan of God of War, a huge fan of Greek mythology. So it's just like totally up my alley. So
let's go.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. All right. Hero, this is your first time on here. So we have a couple questions that we ask to first-timers.
Okay. Should have prepped.
What is the first game that you ever played, and what is your favorite game of all time?
So, I'll answer the second one first, I think. I think I can confidently say that God of War 2018 is my favorite game of all time. I think the emotional moments of that game, the way that they transformed Kratos from what we knew of him as God of War, all the way till the Norse mythology, and having this kind of journey of him being this angry, raging, screaming person, being able to channel that and actually harness that and make that into a character that we like and appreciate, was huge for me as somebody who played the original God of War games. And then following it up with Ragnarok was amazing, but just that initial hit of what they did in God of War 2018, even small things like the camera angles being one angle throughout the whole game, that was really pretty big. So yeah, I think for that's an easy answer for me. I mean, there's so many other good games that I could answer, but that's probably the one for me. I'm really bad at answering things when they say like, "What's your favorite of all time?" Too, like in general.
Yeah, that's why I like
movies,
to ask
TV shows.
Everybody hates it.
But that's my answer. I'm giving that. The first one though, I think it was Pokemon, if I remember correctly, because I'm pretty sure the first ever like video game anything I ever had was a Game Boy Advance, and I played Gen 3
Sweet
first
summer
actually,
child.
and then went back and played Gen 2 and Gen 1, and fell in love with all three first gens. Yeah, that was like my first ever experience with like gaming and video games, and then that brought me into getting an N64 and other Nintendo consoles, and my whole childhood was all Nintendo until I got older and switched to PlayStation. That was cool. I was a teenager.
Yeah,
you know,
that's cool shit. Well, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody ever asks.
Robert,
I
what have you
played
been up to?
Yakuza 3 remastered instead of buying Yakuza Kiwami 3 because I'm broke and that was a lot cheaper. And then I played the demo for Yakuza Kiwami 3 and I was like, oh, this is just a different game completely. It's a remake in the loosest sense of the word. This is just obviously a completely different engine. Fighting's all different.
Yeah.
The story's fucking different too, the way they do shit. Characters, models have just changed. Why? Who cares? So working on a video about that, and then I finished that, and then immediately just jumped into Yakuza 4 Remastered. So
there you go.
Yeah. I think by the end of this week, I'll probably get through the rest of the Yakuza games. I'm not doing anything else.
Are you going to do that weird zombie Yakuza game?
Probably not, because I think you can only get that on, like... You have to get that on the hardware. And it's a PS3 game. So, yeah. If I can figure out a way to play it, I will. I know our friend DC Hard Rocker streamed some of it a couple weeks ago. I remember watching him play it and seeing just how shit it was. Yeah, he was not happy with the control scheme.
Yeah, I feel like Robert and I are perfect parallels because I've never played the Yakuza games, and you've never played the Zelda games.
Yeah, have you tried Yakuza games?
No.
Well then, you know what?
Because you hate Zelda, I hate them. So.
I mean, I've tried Zelda games, and I don't like them.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so, Yakuza sucks. Terrible.
That's kind of racist of you to hate Japanese people like that. It's kind of fucked up, bud.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So,
damn.
Just throwing that out there.
Is that where Nintendo is? It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Just throwing that out there. On behalf of all YouTunes. I don't even know what they're called.
Fucking Link and Zelda aren't Japanese. Are they?
They're Hyrulean.
Exactly, and that's not based on Japan. It was
made by Japanese
people.
They are made of Japanese people, so technically. What?
Going off the rail.
There's no rails.
A hard turn. I love it.
Yeah, there's no rails.
There's no rails. We're on a roller coaster. No rails.
Yeah.
This is now turned into convince Robert to play fucking Legend of Zelda again.
Oh no! There's one way to get me to play Legend of Zelda. One of them. 500 subs on YouTube.
Goal, right?
Get us there.
What is it?
500 subs on our YouTube. Storymoders YouTube.
500 subs. Make it happen, y'all. If you want to see
let's go.
500 subs on YouTube.
Let's go.
We are slightly more than halfway there.
There are many things that we need to solve in this world, and that is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's primary, actually.
Have you ever wondered how some of your favorite video games would rank against each other? I hated having free time, so I decided to tackle that exact question. Welcome to the Tier List, the video game podcast. The Tier List is a seasonal video game show where a guest brings a game for us to rank on the titular tier list. We talk about it, then rank it, but you, the audience, gets a vote in where it will be placed by the end of the season. New episodes of the Tier List of Video Game Podcast drop every other week on YouTube and podcast services. Follow me on social media at Adam Gumby for updates on the show.
So for this first little part, we're not going to do any spoilers because just in case, I'll say when we're going full spoiler territory. Cool. But starting off, Ghost of Yotei. What you guys obviously you played the first one, right? Ghost of Tsushima.
I actually never played it. Well, I really? Played like a little bit of it, but I haven't like gotten far into it without kind of not feeling like it was my vibe, basically. I don't know. There was a part of me that I started playing it and I was like, I see the uniqueness of it and I see the love of it, but it wasn't my love of it. It wasn't my cup of tea. If anything, I'm probably going to go back though. I will say that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt that. I think that Ghost of Tsushima, just by its setting and by its like you set up of having you be this samurai who was wronged and like had to try to find new ways to fight them back against Mongol invasion. Some people didn't like that, didn't vibe with that, didn't vibe with Jin, didn't vibe with the setting, the island, all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't really like Jin.
Yeah, so I totally understand that. I do think we'll talk more about it, but I do think that playing Yotei improves and polishes and complements Tsushima very well. That I think people who liked Yotei might even enjoy going back to Tsushima now, in some weird way. But we'll talk about it.
So in that case, Mike, did you play Tsushima?
No, I didn't.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any interest in playing it, or?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
Like very interested. Just never got around to it, sort of thing. You know, the whole there are too many games problem.
There's 12 games, guys. That's it. And they're all Yakuza games.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you just counting Yakuza games?
Oh, I'm addicted.
That's all you play.
Yeah, I think I played maybe an hour or two of Tsushima and just didn't vibe with it. I don't know why. But Hero, since you've played both, and you seem to love both, and actually the reason that I know that Hero loves both is that we were both in Sen Nuggy's kind of Discord. We did like a big Game of the Year thing, a bunch of kind of funny best friends. If you want to be part of that next year, go to Sen Nuggy's Discord. We want more people. It's going to be fucking awesome. But we all made our top 10 lists, and Hero said that his top game of the year was Ghost of Yotei. So I was like, I want someone to talk about this with, but I don't just want to bring him on just so he can talk, because I haven't played it, Mike hasn't played it, so I wanted two people to be able to go off each other, you know? And then Raiiley was like, fuck yeah, can we talk about it?
Yeah, let's go.
But you played both of them. What kind of, without really getting into spoilers, and I don't know, maybe it's just gameplay-wise or whatever, what do you feel like they improved upon from Tsushima to Yotei?
Well, personally, I think they improved upon everything between Tsushima and Yotei. I think narratively, Yotei is a better game. I think character development and arcs, Yotei is a better game. I think gameplay technically is a better game. Graphically, it's a better game. Gameplay mechanics. I think some people would argue, a lot of people I've seen a lot of arguments online, that the stance system in Tsushima was better than the weapon system in Yotei. Basically, if you don't know, in Tsushima, you have a sword, and you basically have different stances for those, and different stances will work for different characters. So if you have a shield, you'll want to switch to a different stance. If they have a spear, you'll want to switch to a different stance. If they're like a big, hulky character, you'll want to switch to a different stance. So it kind of gives you that variety to, on the fly, have to change things based on who you're fighting. So Yotei expands upon that. Instead of having stances, there's different weapons. And so those weapons are actually beneficial against certain characters. Same logic applies. And I personally like the weapon system better because I think it makes more sense and I think it looks more dynamic. I like being able to see the spear sometimes and the big, brooding sword, the Odachi the other time. Being able to see the dual katanas, like all the different swords that I think the weapons they bring in are so cool. But I know a lot of people prefer just having that like simple, clean look of one sword that changes the way that it's held. So, but yeah, overall, I think Tsushima, Yotei is an improvement on Tsushima in every front. So,
is there anything you think isn't better? Like any particular map, the horse? I don't know.
I think there's definitely more historical impact because the first game is a real thing that happened in history. The Mongols really did invade Tsushima, and so I think it's very cool to see the inner workings of that and how everyday people handled it, and not just see the like on the textbook how it happened. But I think because of that, it's very still like there's certain things that have to be a certain way because it's historically accurate. And I think they went really smart by just going free and having some random story within this time period for Yotei and not having it attached to any specific historical. There are some hints at things which we'll get into the spoiler territory, but for the most part, there's nothing that's tying this to real history, which is cool.
Okay. Except for the fact that they're in Japan.
Yeah, they're set
Japan
in a
does
historical
exist.
period.
I know Hero
but
doesn't
like
to think about it, but Japan does
I don't
exist.
Like this. I don't like this at all. No, don't like this.
Wow.
Love Japan, actually.
So,
this narrative that's being built.
Crazy. Trying
sure
to get me on the podcast.
Like
One and done. That's it. We'll never be back.
And Raiiley, as someone who didn't like, or didn't vibe with Tsushima, what was it about Yotei that actually made it so you're like, oh fuck yeah, I need to not just play this game but beat it and conquer it?
I think Hero kind of nails it on the head, where there was something about Yotei that just felt more. How do you feel? It felt more like an action movie that was like playing through versus like you had to samurai, like he had to be noble and all that. Atsu is just kind of out for blood. It's like, hey, I can know how to play that character that's like, I'm looking for revenge, but overall, like her story develops in such a way that I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. I've played games and like watched movies. I know how this is going to end. And there's some things that happen that I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that. But overall, it kind of grabbed me a lot more with how it felt. And then the beauty of the game was just, it captured me every time. I think it was the one game that I've captured the most screenshots in, because it's just, there would be times where I stop and I'm like, screenshot, because it's just so pretty. And like, dude, shout outs to Sucker Punch. It's so crazy that they made Sly Cooper and now they're making this. It's like,
yes.
oh.
I mean, to be fair, I've been a fan of Sucker Punch since the beginning. I loved Sly Cooper, I loved Infamous, and now I love Ghost
I was going to ask, did they make Infamous? Because I couldn't remember if it was them or... I get them mixed up, I think, in my mind with, like, Insomniac.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Just because it's kind of like that, you know, that they're similar, like they're Sony Studios and everything, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a PlayStation game. You know, they make awesome single-player PlayStation games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they both have lineages that started with, like, PlayStation Classic, like having Sly Cooper, having Ratchet and Clank, but now they've expanded to do much more than, like, you could have ever expected from that, which is so cool, so incredible.
Sucker Punch is doing Ghost of Yotei. Insomniac is just doing all the fucking Marvel games.
Yep. And also still did a Ratchet and Clank game. Don't forget. They
that was a great game.
Pumping out.
Yep.
Crazy.
Fuck
Rift Apart, so
y'all remember Rift Apart?
So good. Yes,
let's talk about Rift Apart.
Let's talk about Rift Apart.
We're just gonna glaze Rift Apart and how super. Where's Kebabs?
If Sucker Punch is my number 1 studio, Insomniac is my number 2. So we can talk about Insomniac anytime. Ready.
Well, would you say that Sucker Punch is your favorite game studio?
If not, it's for Sony Santa Monica and or Naughty Dog. That's like where I'm not
Naughty Dog's another one. Like Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Sucker Punch. Like those 3 for me. I don't want to say that they're interchangeable because they're not. They do different things. But like if you're thinking, hey, who does like the best fucking just most consistent single player games? Those 3, Sony Santa Monica and fucking Rockstar.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, totally. Their narrative teams are just unreal. And I think because of their lineage with PlayStation, they've been able to amass so many great writers that just they nail it with character arcs and development. So. Yeah.
Raiiley, who's your favorite game studio? And while you answer, I'm gonna close my camera and go on mute and sit down because my knee is killing me. So yeah. So continue. Right. And then Raiiley, once you finish talking, if I'm still not back, Mike, you go ahead.
Okay.
I think it'd have to be like Rockstar is up there because they've given us so many games that I'm like, oh, I've completed this and I've fallen in love with it. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, 5, 4, like all the DLCs for 4. It's like playing through them is just always a story that I can imagine watching this as a TV show or something like that, and they know how to do it so phenomenally. Then the online just pulls me in because friends causing chaos and blowing up the city and stealing and diamond heist and perfect bank robber, and somehow you're just this normal guy that never talks though. And then it is probably Insomniac because they gave me Spyro as a child.
Oh yes,
Spyro will always be close to my heart. I love that game series. And then Sucker Punch.
Spyro and Crash Bandicoot are the 2 that just own my heart. Yeah. Anytime they put out anything of those 2 forever, I'm just, I'll buy it. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
I remember having those little devices from I think it was McDonald's when they did the swap thing.
Yep. And I remember I didn't have a PlayStation at the time, so I played them on my friend's PlayStation, but then they put out that Crash Spyro Game Boy Advance game, and I was so over the moon for that.
It was over.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, who's your number 1 studio?
I mean, just in general, what was Squaresoft?
Fair enough.
From Software, also another one that I cannot keep myself from.
Yeah, that's so valid.
Yeah.
Elden Ring was the game I almost said instead of God of War 2018, because that's also up there for me.
Nice.
One firm soft game that I can actually play through. Never finished, but I can play through it.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot more quality of life stuff for the player things in Elden Ring compared to all their other games. Sekiro says tough shit.
Yeah.
You killed this monkey. JK, haha.
Yep.
Yeah, no you didn't. No you didn't. Dummy.
Let's see. I know of 2 things from Sekiro, and it's that monkey fight, and maybe this isn't Sekiro, maybe it's a different, ancient samurai game or whatever. Dude, you're just standing on a roof and someone just flies down from the sky.
Oh, that's Sekiro.
That's Sekiro? Okay.
Yeah, that's Sekiro.
Why?
We all have that
It's a
memory.
surprise.
Okay. I haven't played it. I've just seen that in, I think like a Donkey video. He did a video on Sekiro. So. No, guys.
It's hilarious.
Ghost of Yotei. And
Yes.
yeah, before well, once again, we're going to do spoilers later, but they just announced last week that Ghost of Yotei Legends is going to come out.
March 10th. Put it on my calendar already.
Let's
10th.
go.
Let's see here. This should go over to this screen. Y'all should still be able to hear us and see us. This is the trailer that they showed at the PlayStation State of Play last week.
Long ago, in the wilds of Eso, demons terrorized the land and subjugated its people.
Remind me to talk about this later.
Known as
What?
Remind me to talk about this
the
later.
spider.
I mean, we're going to talk about that. That's what we're talking about tonight, Hero. That's the whole fucking point.
Kitsune.
But he needs you to remind him.
Am I the asshole here? Like,
You need to remind him, though.
Like, that one got me.
Ugh, it just looks so sick.
So good. The colors.
Ugh,
I love all the ways.
it's
they
the
play with,
colors.
Like, yeah. Yeah, look at that. And
You
the
know what?
sky.
I saw
know
that
what
in a game
also it
recently.
kinda reminds me of?
It's an Oblivion Gate, right?
I mean, sure. Well, I was
like the
thinking.
Torii Gates and-
I was thinking.
Yeah,
like,
the video's
Elden
audio
Ring
is much
Night Rain.
louder.
From vengeance.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna put it on. It's gonna loop afterwards.
Ah,
I just wanted it up
quieter
while we
than
watch this
the
kind of for the first time. But yeah, March 10th.
So excited for that. Give me it. Give me it
So,
now.
Hero, you asked me to remind you to talk about something. Go ahead.
there we go. See, that's what I needed.
There
I
we
just
go.
wanted to touch on. I freaking love both in Tsushima and Yotei that the stories are told through these ink art designs. Like all these cutscenes that they have, both for like the story and then also for like all the little like legends stuff that they talk about, where like they'll tell you about a samurai that had a cool armor or cool bow and arrow or all that stuff. It's so well done.
So,
That's what I wanted to talk about.
answer me this. Riddle me this, Batman.
riddle me this asshole.
I thought that the games like Yotei and Tsushima were semi-realistic.
Right.
The fuck is this? What am I looking at?
Yep.
No, this is multiplayer.
I'm
Just
looking at
imagine
Oblivion
this,
Gate.
like,
I'm looking at fucking Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy 16 over here. This is a big fucker. Andre the Giant. Like, what is this?
What I'm imagining is that this is going to be kind of told as like myths that happened, like to explain, like, oh, they defeated like the Oni that was this big, powerful thing, and like they cut off his head, but he still spit fire or something like that. You know, something. That's what I'm thinking is. Whatever it is, it looks cool, and they got me.
And really, that's all that matters.
Legitimately.
Yeah, basically, when they did it in Ghost of Tsushima, and they called it Legends, that's the whole premise. Is that in the game there are these legends. So when you talk to somebody, they'll tell you this legend of somebody that existed, and they tell it in this art form, and it's told in a way that's very mythological. It sounds like they defied life. They somehow did things that were beyond. But then when you play the game and you go through the story, you kind of find out that there's some realistic aspect, and there's some like, when you tell a story, kind of blaze it up kind of thing. So yeah, that's basically what I think this is doing. Is it's telling you, hey, we're gonna do a multiplayer mode that's like in this fake world that people think these myths actually happen. So there's demonic Yotei versions of the Yotei 6. They have these different classes that you play as that are supposed to be these like legendary heroes that are fighting against these people. So that's kind of what they're playing with. I do want to talk about a little bit how this ties into the actual game and the story of the game. I don't know when we're going to get to that, but There is a way that I kind of am curious to bridge the two together.
Okay, give me just a sec.
But it's not official. It's just, theories that I've got.
Being told that there's some echoing here. Raiiley, you are muted, bud. Just a heads up. You're no, you're fully mute. You're muted in Discord. I'm trying to figure something out here.
Oh,
so yeah.
I hear you. By the way.
Yes.
Oh,
this is amazing. Oh boy.
it's just this. I can't get over how pretty this fucking game is.
I know, isn't it? I know. I'm realizing I'm also just sitting here watching the trailer and like, this is probably not good dead airspace for a podcast.
Not great audio, but man, no, this is.
Someone's listening to this and like, did it stop? What happened? What's going on?
What's going on?
It's just like when everyone just like froze.
Yeah.
Is anybody listening to the stream while talking here?
No, but I can.
Maybe you have the stream up in a window or something?
I do.
I have it up. I have it muted.
Yeah. Same.
I'm dumb. That's on me. You know what? That's on me. Guys,
What'd you do?
That's all me.
Did you not have your stuff muted?
Cool.
I forgot that I had the stream open in a different tab in this window. Which is why it was only in this scene in OBS. So that's on me.
It's on me, Kane.
It happens.
Bad.
Well, we got it fixed. That's the most important.
That's the most important part.
Prime number one.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So when Ash comes back, there will be no echo.
Yay.
Cool.
Thank you, Ash, for shouting it out too.
Cool. So I missed everything that you guys just said. So
we were just talking about how pretty this game looks.
So why are they legends?
Just talking about. Oh, so you were asking about why they are the way that they are, right? Why it's like mythical. So it's basically they're playing with Japanese mythology. So in Japanese mythology, there's a lot of these like stories that have been told up and made to be more dramatic than maybe the actual reality happened. So they're kind of playing with that as well by making this multiplayer mode. So that's why, like I said,
was that what
6 is your enemies?
The Tsushima multiplayer was like?
Yeah, it's same concept. It looked like this. It was something that was otherworldly. It almost looks like and I think when you spawn in, because in Tsushima when you did it, you had to go to a specific guy who like told you the stories, and when you talked to him, it entered you into multiplayer mode. So I'm assuming it's going to be something similar as in Yotei, where like you're technically playing as Atsu, hearing the story of these people that you're playing as.
Okay. Cool. And you guys are excited to play it?
Oh yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it'll be the first time I've experienced like what these games as multiplayer is kind of like, and I heard so many good things about the Tsushima Legends that I was like, I kind of wish I had gone into it, but I was like, I'll check it out. And then once I started playing Yotei, I was like, okay, once the Legends comes out of this, like I'm definitely hopping in because it seems so awesome. And now that I've seen it, it's like, oh, I see why I need to play it now. Are the Tsushima Legends servers like still available? Can you go and still play those?
I believe so, because it's Sucker Punch's server. Like it's not like I don't think they made anything separate for hosting it. So yeah, like it should still be available. I don't think they ever took them down. You can check. I would be curious to know. But I mean, yeah, it's very similar to this in terms of its style. And you also could choose from 4 different characters that had 4 different stances. One of them was like a ranged character. One of them was like a more melee brawl character. It's probably going to be very similar in this based on what we're seeing with these silhouetted characters they're showing off.
I'm going to be running around with them dual katanas the entire time. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good.
That's the cool thing, is like everyone can pick their like favorites, like what they like, which stance they preferred. That's also what I liked about Yotei's system having different weapons, was you didn't actually have to use all of the weapons. You could just use one weapon and pretty much get away with it. It would be harder because the enemies are better at blocking that type of weapon, but if you really wanted to, you could, basically cosplay as that's my Atsu and she only uses dual katanas and she's just got to figure it out,
honestly, I think that's what ended up happening for me was like, I don't think I ever pulled out the single katana unless it was like for a standoff or for a cutscene. But as soon as the cutscene ended and the standoff ended, I was switching back to the dual ones because it just felt so much more fluid. And I know you could do the disarm with the one katana, but I was like, I was never catching myself using those like hold abilities as much overall
Right.
as just like, hey, dodging, parrying, and like getting that on point basically.
Right.
And can we quickly talk about how what the incredible performance that Erika Ishii put in?
Yes, 100%. Shout
I
out.
love them so much.
Shout out to
They're
Erika
just
Ishii. And shout out to Erika Ishii for winning the award at the
Dice
legitimately.
Awards, right? Is Dice
Yep.
Awards?
They deserved it.
What is that
Mhm.
award? Like, because I know it's like
Best- I think
character, and then there's like voice actor. I think like one of them is at the Game Awards, and I think Dice Awards is slightly different.
Yeah, let me look it up just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure it was best performance of a character.
Yeah,
Uh,
they knocked it out of the park. Like,
Outstanding achievement in character for Atsu. That's what
Okay.
she won.
Okay. Yeah. I just remember also seeing them at the Game Awards.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Fucking
They do have them.
Dumb fucks getting mad because there was a picture of them eating popcorn. And it was like, I'm not allowed to have food in here. Why can they have food? Because they're for a goddamn award, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
It was also part of the
Fucking
bit. It was in the show.
Yeah.
Like cut to them eating the popcorn. Like,
let them be a gremlin. That's who they are.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No fun these days.
I feel like we also should shout out Nashir because Nashir nailed it in this game too. I feel like
Yes,
he doesn't
also
get as
agreed.
much credit too.
Yeah, totally agree. Nashir Dalal is his name, and he also was in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Jedi Survivor, and I also loved his performance in both of those as well.
I think he's also in Sekiro too. I think he plays
Oh,
the main guy. I think I looked it up the other day. I was like, oh, really?
that's awesome.
Because I was legitimately.
Yeah, shout out to his performance. I mean, just the whole performance that you get out of that character. It's just so well done. Yeah.
God,
And I'm
fuck.
being vague for spoilers, by
It's
the
on
way,
me.
in case you.
That's on me. I accidentally hit the thing because I forgot to turn it off. We're just going back to the 4 instead of all of us.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to ask, you guys have any other spoiler-free stuff that you want to talk about?
I mean, just to shout out the game in general, I think just the visuals of it, the artistry. I mean, yeah, like Riley said about the photo mode, definitely I would stop and take photos all the time. Yeah, it's such a special experience to play
Ash,
because
thank
you
you.
really feel like you're playing an art form. You're playing a cinema live as it's happening. It doesn't feel like you're trying to emulate real life, and that's what I think captures me more. Where like I want to just escape in this world that is beautiful and gorgeous and has foxes around in corners and wolves talking to me, and you know what I mean. Like it's just this infectious world that you want to live in. So
It was one of those things too. It was like playing in the different audio modes or like the visual modes. I was like messing with those. So like I played through with like one of the modes, which is like, oh yeah, the blood squirting is like more like I forget the movie style it was, but then every once in a while where I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just running around, I'm not really focused on story, I
I
would
think it's
switch
the
it over to
Miike mode,
lo-fi.
right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, like those
Yeah.
different modes, they always like they did add something to the game, and like I would say like if you do pick this up, explore those modes and like see how you feel about them. Because even the lo-fi mode, even when you were going to combat, the beat would switch up to this something that I was like, oh,
Yes.
oh, okay, it's like I feel this now.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
that was
wasn't there
something
like
they
there's
definitely.
like a Samurai Champloo type thing or like
Yeah, Watanabe mode.
Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
basically that expands upon what they did in Tsushima. So Tsushima, because they wanted it to be as much like a samurai film as possible, they even got like permission from Kurosawa's estate to make a Kurosawa mode. And if you know Akira Kurosawa, famous samurai film director, had a very specific look to his films, and everything was in black and white. So they very much emulated that with this filter, so you feel like you're playing one of his movies come to life. And then you also have now in this new Yotei Watanabe mode and Mike mode. Watanabe mode has lo-fi beats instead of the regular music that you have in the game, and it is dynamic, which is super cool. And then you also have Mike mode, which gives you more, I think it's mud and dirt and blood. I think that's what it does.
It basically makes the world a little bit dirtier, like gruesomer.
So it's very grimy, very like when you walk around, there's like a plodding through the mud, and when you kill people, the blood's just splattering everywhere. It's like a very grimy world that you're playing through.
Many times you would like finish off an opponent, and like you'd start walking away, and you still hear the of their like blood squirting out of their body. And it's like, oh, it feels so sick. And then you do the animation of putting your swords away. It's like, I feel like a badass. I see what it means.
Yes. That's the thing that I feel like both those games nail, Tsushima and Yotei, is that you have this very almost rhythm game-esque parts to the combat, where you have this flow and you're hitting them, and then you switch over here and you dodge roll and you throw the thing, and you kind of have this very musical, a bit like kind of way that you're fighting, and that's plays into, I think, the way that they're trying to make it very cinematic. Even the AI kind of, I mean, in this game definitely a little more aggressive, but they kind of wait to like see what you're doing, react to how you're reacting, which is very cool. So it makes the whole thing feel very dynamic.
Why is this person dressed like an assassin?
That's one of the costumes you can get in the game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, one of the armors you can just pick up. The armors in this game are also... I was having fun switching between them.
Yeah. I totally agree, yeah.
I'm trying to listen to like the music in the background.
Yeah, no worries. And then, like, even the fact that the armors in this game gave you different abilities based on the armors, I thought that was very cool. Let me let this go. You can turn it up if you want.
I can't have jazz piano playing in my ear. It's too good.
So good.
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll see, I don't know if it ever gets to that point in this part, but you'll see eventually when the combat's done, the music will wind down and then go back to a lower 5 beat and kind of change how it is. And then someone approaches you, you'll hear it ramp up again. Very much kind of like talking about Insomniac, how Spider-Man's music changes and sound effects change, depending on if he's swinging or if he's falling and all that stuff. Very, very cool. Very smart way to make everything.
Oh no, there's still an enemy here.
There's someone around him.
I think there's more enemies, yeah. Which is also the kind of like cool thing about the music in this game, is you can kind of tell that there's more people around just based on the way the music is.
Mm-hmm. God, those beats were just so good though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, let's jump into spoilers. All right. So for everybody, anybody out there watching and or listening, right now, full spoilers for Ghost of Yotei and Ghost of Tsushima, and you know what, Yakuza 3 as well. And just in case
I'm gonna say, even if you think, oh, I don't care about spoilers, I don't want to. If you're ever planning on playing this game, don't listen to us right now.
Don't listen to us.
I'm going to talk about the game, and there are some points and spoilers in the game that will ruin it for you if you know.
There's some very important story beats.
Yeah. But thanks for stopping by if you've been here so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're leaving because you're avoiding spoilers, remember us for when you finish the game and then come back. Okay.
100%. Come to us for your Spoilercast.
Okay.
Right in the comments.
3, 2, 1, 0, 1.
I thought you were going to say something, so I'm waiting for you.
You gotta say negative.
I was pulling up something here.
Okay.
As we start off here, I'm gonna read, because I went on the BS. That's Blue Sky.
Yep.
Tim.
Yep.
That's Blue Sky, Tim.
Asked for any thoughts on the game and everything. Asked Neo directly. Neo ignored me, because he's an asshole.
Sounds
and I love
right.
him. But
Yep.
Don't Bash
Shout out.
Ash, who was
Hi,
just
Neo,
in our chat, responded
wait.
with. I know this game is gorgeous, and I like the gameplay, but it keeps not compelling me. I love the first game so much, and I'm waiting to feel the hook that keeps me turning the game back on every day. As it stands, I'm only 6 hours in with 3 play sessions since I got it for Christmas.
This is Neo that asked that, right?
No, this is Don't Bash Ash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were in chat. Yeah, she was in chat earlier, but hasn't finished the game because obviously didn't really get hooked into it. So, yeah, that's.
Now I should address that.
Well,
or you're just reading the comment for us to move on.
I'm reading the comment to kind of like, because now that we're going to be talking about the game and like the story and everything specifically, how long did it take for the two of you to get kind of like hooked on it and be like, oh, this is my shit?
I think within like 3 hours, I was probably hooked because it was always about like running around the world and then being like, oh, this game is really pretty. The music's very nice. I love Erika Ishii not only as like just a voice person, but also like watching them play D&D and all that. I always love their attitude and just their energy. So getting to see them play in this game is just amazing for me. And then like it's that story of revenge too, which I love.
Yes.
And by the end, this is spoilers again.
Everything
once you kill Saito, I was like, oh
yeah. That one's probably the least spoiler. You are gonna kill the Yotei 6 in this game.
You're gonna kill all.
No, they're all gonna be, or at least
like
in some way they're going to be dead.
Sinister Six.
Yeah.
That's how I play.
It was crazy. Exactly. Like honestly, it was like that first, like killing that first Yotei of like, oh yeah, you kill the snake off rip. Basically, I'm like, oh, he's dead. Okay, he's not coming back either.
That's something I was going to mention. I was waiting until spoilers because I wanted to talk about specific moments, but I restarted the game just to play the first hour and say, let me remind myself, how did this game start? I'm in right from the start of this game. If you're not in, then that's okay. That's just not your game. Because like you're pinned to a tree, the tree's on fire, and people are in front of you and you're an 8-year-old and they stab you in the shoulder. And then it cuts to her saying she grew up and went through war and now she's back to take revenge and she slaughters the snake right there in front of you. And then you ride off into the distance and you jump over something and you're in Ezo and you see Mount Yotei and it's just fucking gorgeous. So at that point, if you're not in, it's okay. It's just not your game. That's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like if that didn't get you, I don't know what else is going to get you in this game. Like, yeah, it's such a good opener.
That initial run up like to your house, it's like, oh my God.
Yes. And then very quickly, just like Breath of the Wild, just like most good open world games. Sorry, Hawks, you don't like Breath of the Wild. It lets you free very quickly. It does say, hey, here's the premise, here's the idea. Now just go explore, go do your shit.
Get the fuck out of
you could very much just get stuck wandering the open world like I did and do everything that you had to before you even move to another area of the open world. It's that free, which is very cool.
Yeah, in the chat, Pixelated Soul said, man, I was in from the very beginning. I was down for the whole revenge plotline from the get-go.
Yeah, that's also, I think, if you don't like revenge stories, which some people don't, then yeah, it's fine. For me, I'm such a sucker for a revenge story, especially a good one. Like, you give me a Kill Bill style story, I'm so in all the way. So, yeah, and for me, my lineage goes way back because I love Assassin's Creed games and I love open world games, and I've always wanted an Assassin's Creed type game in Japan. So when I saw Ghost of Tsushima get announced by one of my favorite studios, which is Sucker Punch, I was already in. So I was in from the first game, and I've just been in since there. So it's my experience is a little different because it's just like I've always tell everyone, like, this game is like the perfect game for me. Like, I love samurai games, I love open world games, I love like historical shit, I love playing with the history, I love mythical powers and weapons and all that stuff. So like everything that they throw into this game is just like so my shit that it's no brainer that it's going to be my game of the year when it comes. Yeah. The third one will probably be the same, to be honest, if they ever do a third one.
Oh,
now
we need to get into that later of like what you think that
we'll talk
game
about
is
that.
going to be.
We could talk.
So, I mean, you mentioned that you've always wanted an Assassin's Creed set in Japan. We got that. What is it? Last year or the year before with Shadows? I don't remember what year.
Same
Last
year,
year,
actually.
Same year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did either of you play Shadows?
I did.
I haven't picked it up yet.
Okay.
Yet.
And obviously different games and everything, but Hero, what would you even compare the two outside of them both being, maybe set in, not modern times?
Yeah, I think Assassin's Creed at its core is very different. Just the original Assassin's Creed games are all about stealth. That's the whole point. Is you're an assassin, you stick to the shadows, you only kill your target and no one else. So when you've played the original games, like it's almost that Metal Gear type of mentality where you're trying to cosplay as the assassin and not get caught and not kill random people and, you know, kill random guards and all that stuff. Some people do, and that's cool too, but the game emphasizes you to play it stealthy at least. Tsushima from the jump gives you that choice. You can play stealthy or you can play brutally. You can go in as with honor, as they talk about it, and face them head on, or you can sneak in the shadows and shoot, you know, stab them in the back. So, like, I think that fundamentally makes them different. That being said, I loved Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows was the best Assassin's Creed to date in terms of all of they've learned and all they've done. I loved also Odyssey. Odyssey was one of my favorites. I'm a huge fan of Greek mythology and Greek like life and all of that, so I think they nailed that. But I think Shadows is better than that personally. And I think especially with the story beats that Shadows does. Story beats of Shadows, not spoilers for that game, but is very similar to Yotei in a lot of ways. There's a lot of parallels because I think Japanese mythology and Japanese stories tend to be very similar in that way. There's a certain cultural aspect. So, but yeah, I think they're both great games. They're just very different. I think even though they're both set in Japan, the gameplay from the jump is just dividing them and making you play very differently. So
yeah, and so I've played Shadows. I haven't finished it, but I put like fucking 80 hours into it. Have not finished it because there's just so much shit on that map. Is Yotei like that? You know, it is an open world game. Does it have something around every fucking corner to collect and to see and to kill and to talk to?
It does, but I don't think it overstays that or does it too much.
Okay,
Raiiley, you
so not like in an overwhelming.
Yeah, I think it gives you like those like things like, oh yeah, you have your bamboo stands where you go up, chop it, and like get all of your what is it, your spirit basically, and it goes up that way. You have all the hot springs where you just go up and it increases your health. You see a little bit of Ishii booty and just a little bit, and then then you like have those moments where I've even like taken the moment of just breathing and like taking time to relax, where it's like, oh yeah, reflect on your father, reflect on your life, reflect on the war or whatever, and it gives you those beats of just calm. But also you have like these more active things where it's like, hey, a wolf den appears and this wolf needs your help and she's a badass and she'll help you out if you help her out, and she'll lead you to a place where you can just take out teams of Saito's men and just basically rid them. And it's a way of like increasing that skill tree for the wolf basically. Hero, I think that's the only thing I can think of other than like running around the world and taking pictures.
Yeah, that you nailed all the different like side activities and stuff. And what I really I think shout out Yotei and Tsushima for is that all the side stuff seems to have more narrative ground, where a lot of it is you will follow a fox and all of a sudden the fox runs into a person and the person needs help, and then you follow that person and then now you've helped them because their son just died and now they had no one to protect them. Like there's a lot of those little moments and stories, that small things that add up to making the world feel more realized. Assassin's Creed has a lot of filler stuff. It is just kill this guy. Why am I killing him? I don't know. Like there's a lot more of that, and that makes it
every
more
time I kill somebody in Assassin's Creed Shadows, it opens up a new side story path, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why can't all these people just be like in a fucking boy band? Come on, just put them all in one thing.
Yeah, totally. That's my biggest critique about Shadows, is that I think Shadows like makes you do things without really making you understand why you're doing them. Whereas Yotei, I feel like everything you do, you want to do and you're motivated to do, and you also understand why the character is doing it, which is not something that every game can say. Like, do you really know why your main character is doing this random side quest where they're fetching a cat? But in Yotei, you can. Like, you know why they're doing it. So yeah, I think that's very cool.
Mike, what's your favorite open world game?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good question. Give me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Okay. Hero, what's your favorite open world game? And Raiiley, two of you.
I got time to think.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be easy and just say Breath of.
Okay. Or either game or like the actual world. You know, so maybe like the game isn't the best, but like just the world. that you're gonna run through or whatever.
Red Dead Redemption 2, actually, I might say.
Okay.
For the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yotei is a close second, or close somewhere
Okay.
up there, because I do love Yotei. But yeah, I think both Breath of the Wild and Red Dead Redemption 2 do things that I love, being fans of those genres. But Raiiley, go ahead. What do you?
Okay.
I'm looking at my shelf of games, trying to figure out which ones I love. I mean, I think honestly, the different worlds of like the GTA series are always fun to like run around. It's like that bit of like, oh, it's urban and feels like, oh, I've been here but never been there before. On top of that, like, what was Skyrim? Skyrim, I think, is consistently still fun to run around.
That's great,
it's still one of those worlds that I find a place I'm like, I've never seen this spot. And this game is now, 10 years old? Ugh.
Bethesda open worlds are very good too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even Fallout I could shout out too, because now we could talk about something you like, Hawks.
Vegas.
But Fallout has a great open world as well. Like, yeah, there's a lot of really good open worlds out there. That's kind of the cool thing about today's day and age, is we've got a lot of really good open worlds. Witcher 3 is another good shout out.
Oh,
yeah.
Another game that I didn't like. Mike.
Night City, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's the only one I answered.
yes.
Also a great choice.
One of you guys to say it.
So good. I didn't even think about that. It's not on my shelf.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
I think it might be on Mike's shelf. There might be a copy of it on Mike's shelf somewhere.
Do you have a
No, it
physical
is in my
Cyberpunk?
PlayStation bag.
Okay.
I have
Hey,
Robert's
weirdo.
physical copy of Cyberpunk.
I think I lent it to him when we started this podcast, and now we're 2 years in. By the way,
It's
Mike,
just hanging
last week
out.
was our 2-year birthday, so happy birthday, bud.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
happy
Go on.
birthday. Wait here.
Let's go.
Oh, I hate that. Mike and I are gonna do. We'll do a fun stream for the 2-year anniversary. We're just
Yes.
we're not gonna do it this weekend or anything because honestly RSL season's about to start this Saturday.
Yep.
And then next
You'll make
Saturday
it happen.
is the home opener, and we're gonna get drunk.
Let's go.
I'm
Did I
up
also
to
hit the
see.
sound for that one?
Yeah, why not?
All right, there you go.
The home opener, the beer fest, the homebrew competition. That's where this mug is from.
Nice.
This was
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
15th annual. I think this was like 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember.
That's cool.
Mike.
Yeah, Cyberpunk's weird. I feel like I was just gonna say Cyberpunk's weird because like it's not a game I think about, but I love. I always forget that it exists. But as soon as everyone reminds me about it, I'm like, oh yeah, of course, that's fucking awesome. Like,
Oh yeah.
Well, I
that
mean,
game I
one of the
spent
main
hours in.
factions is Japanese, so I feel like I understand why you.
Oh, here we go again.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
that's
There
all
it
I gotta
is.
say. That's all I gotta say.
Damn.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Mike.
Night City.
He ruined it.
Uh,
Night City's so
Okay,
pretty though.
so
So,
Yotei.
seriously.
Mike, you
Yeah.
good?
Get it run.
Okay.
Yep.
I was kind of waiting on him to do that. Everybody, give us just a minute. I am just gonna. We're gonna go to like the splash screen momentarily. For Mike. Mike is gonna leave for the night, and then
Bear with us. Bye, Mike.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
for
bye,
staying.
guys.
Thanks for listening to our. Yeah.
right back.
Hey, it's been fun.
Let's get on. Well, hopefully, I'll get on another podcast. We can talk about a game that you love,
Oh yeah, you will be.
Hey, man.
Yep.
that I also love.
So.
I've got the Tsushima director's cut in my Steam cart right now. So
Maybe you'll
you
play
know,
it and we'll talk about it.
We'll throw it onto the list of games that I should probably play before coming
add
back
it to
on
the
an
backlog.
episode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about backlogs.
Ugh.
Just have a whole
all this-
episode just
oh,
talking
boy.
about backlogs.
All of my
We've done
all
a
of my
backlog
life.
episode, so we can.
Oh, yeah.
But we can do another one.
Let's do it.
We can do.
I need to
It could be
fix
a
mine.
regular recurring thing.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be, honestly, at this point. Yeah, there's too
Ugh.
many games.
All right, Ghost of Yotei. Tell me everything. What's the best part of the story? Who's the best characters? What's the TTD?
Go first, Riley.
Tell
Go
me
first.
everything.
So, I think so. When I was playing, you get all these cards to like go decide where the bosses are, and like the first 3 cards they give you for all the main bosses: the Kitsune, Spider and Dragon, and the Oni. And like I was like, oh, it must be choose whoever you want to go with. So I was like, well, I want to go and grab the like little like what is it? Cut the Kotsuyagama, I think is how it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering
Kusarigama.
that name. Thank you. That
Yeah, I got
and
you.
like I was like, oh, I need that because I love that like kind of weapon and all that. I was like, oh, and then stealth killing and all that. So I was like, okay, I'll go up there. And then running into Oyuki, I was like, "Oh, she's sick. I like her. That's my girlfriend." that's Atsu's girlfriend throughout the story in my head. But then you like learn like more about everything. And there was a certain point where I was even playing on stream. And I was like, I have a feeling that it's going to turn out like she was involved with all the Yotei 6 and somehow. And then you get to that mission where it's like Atsu's injured and she's walking through the bamboo forest and she's seeing flashbacks and she's seeing the kitsune and she's seeing then like Oyuki. I'm like, oh, I was right. Oyuki was the kitsune at that time, and I was like, oh, she's still my girlfriend.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, for if you don't know, I mean, not for everyone who's listening, I hope it's spoilers, but for Robert at least, in the game there's the Yotei 6. One of them is the kitsune, and you find out that this girl that you've been, or this woman that you've been hanging out with and getting a bond with, actually was the kitsune back then, and because of what happened, she stepped down and decided, I'm not going to do that shit anymore because we killed children, and I'm not with that. And she's actually the reason that you survived, because she would refuse to kill you in that moment. So it's like a really cool moment, but also really painful because she killed your parents. So she helped kill your parents, at least.
Now, what's a kitsune?
A fox.
A fox.
Yeah, that means fox in Japanese.
What's
if you knew about Japan at all,
now from Persona.
Yeah. Hero, remind me too. Isn't a kitsune also a mythical creature of like some? I think it's always a woman that like turns into a fox, or is it?
Yeah, so that's what this game plays with a lot. Is that there's this concept in Japanese mythology called the Onryo, which is what they call Atsu in this game. Is basically it's a demon that was a woman that was wronged in her life. And because she was wronged, she came back as a demon to haunt people who wrong other people. So her only role is to basically evoke justice for the people that are wronged. So that's what you're called. That's what people believe you are, because they see you go through these incredible fights and not die. And so they play with that. That's a real mythological thing from Japanese culture. And another one, is there's this idea of the kitsune. Kitsune, a fox, is actually a very sacred thing in Japanese mythology. So that's why foxes in the first game, they have their own little den and they have their little place that they pray. And then kitsune is a god basically of the foxes that basically protects over the environment, the world. I'm probably forgetting a lot of information because I'm not a Japanese mythology expert, but that's essentially what they're evoking by making her be that, and also be somebody who is a woman that you didn't know she was a woman at the time. You thought all of Yotei 6 were men, and also not only she's a woman, but she's specifically the fox that turns and becomes your becomes your buddy. So
okay.
She was just so fantastic.
So good. Shout out to the actor for that too. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, I'm so worried because I see Robert pulling up my streams. It's like, oh great, let's just watch Raiiley die multiple times.
Yeah, no, I just grabbed one of the two of you's just a Ghost of Yotei stream. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Just to have something up on the screen. Okay.
Jeannie Bolette is her name, by the way.
Okay.
And she crushed it in that role. Yeah.
She really did.
Got a question in the chat. Pixelated Soul. Did you all finish the Takazo the Unrivaled side quest?
So let me tell you about what happened about 2 hours ago. Me fucking struggling with this motherfucker. This son of a bitch at the top of the mountain that just wants to... I hate him. Hero speak. I hate him. I'm heated again about it.
Yes, I played that. I just, before we went live, we were talking about it just very, very briefly, and I called him the final boss, because he really is the final boss in the game. So the cool thing about it is there's a legendary dual sword master in Japanese history called Miyamoto Musashi, and that is basically what this character is supposed to be. Even though they don't call them the same name, he's supposed to have won every single duel that he's ever fought, and he's impossibly hard to fight. And so it's awesome that you learn dual swords from somebody, and then you find out that this guy knows dual swords better than anybody else that you'll ever know. So, yeah, it's a very cool quest line and very cool way to honor like real history without, like I said, they're playing with it. They're not actually having to one-to-one copy it, which is very, very cool.
Now, do either of you know, like, could you name your favorite side quest? Or if not the name, like what you actually did?
I could. My favorite, I don't know if it's considered a side quest, but I mean, technically is. But there, like I said, there's these things called legends. There's these stories that you can play. And then it tells you this legend of something that happened in an area or happened to a person. And then usually there's some sort of armor or gear that's attached to it that makes you better and cooler. Or maybe there's a move that you'll be able to use that you couldn't use before. My favorite one was there's one, it's the armor of the spider lilies. And the whole storyline of that and why the person had the armor and what happened and occurred and how it mirrored Atsu's own journey. I fucking love that. I ate that up. So that was like my most memorable, not a main story, not a, you got to do this. This was totally an optional thing that I thought, hey, this should actually be something you have to do because it's insane.
Really?
I played through that before like we were live too. And like playing through that, I was like, oh, I see like what's about to happen. It's like, oh yeah, they're going to scare me with the smoke and all that. They still got me. Like there was still moments where I was like, God damn it, this is just a game, we're fine. But once like I was like piecing everything together and like that area too, I even took a few screenshots. I was like, like this is like a story of someone that lost somebody and it like kind of drove them off a cliff basically.
Right.
And I can see like I'm kind of glad that that fight ended how it was, where it's like, oh yeah, no, this person's like, okay, cool, you grew up to learn to protect yourself, I can now go because I know you're going to be safe. And then they just go away. I'm like, oh, I'm fine with not having to kill this guy, even though they were probably a ghost. Who knows?
The other one I would shout out to, if not that, is there's a quest line where you go and visit what is believed to be the final resting spot of Jin from the first game. And he has made his way to this area, and you get to see a lot of the parts of Tsushima honored again in this game in different ways, and how that then got passed down throughout history. They kind of imply that Jin was the first shinobi, which is a type of warrior that fights in the shadows, kind of a ninja, basically.
Yeah, I know the game.
So, yeah. So, yeah, that's really cool to be like, oh yeah, actually, that first game that you played, he actually inspired a whole movement of people that are now acting in the shadows, and you've learned from some of those people now. That's passed down as a lineage. I think that also was super well done, especially if you played the first game and loved it. Even if you didn't like Jin from the first game, it's even better because I feel like they kind of
because now he's dead.
Were able to put a cap onto his legacy and what he is, what his character is.
I had a question about and maybe I'm getting this wrong because I feel like you guys mentioned it. Like there's an honor system or something, like not honor system like I didn't steal anything, but like you can not kill people and it's more honor. Is that, am I thinking of a different game?
You may be mixing it, but there is, in the first game, at least in Tsushima, there is a narrative aspect that encourages you to play a certain way based on honor. So because you're a samurai, your uncle taught you always fight your enemies in the face. You don't sneak up on them. You don't smoke in the shadows, sneak around. You have to fight them like directly.
Yeah.
But
like
in the beginning of the game,
I get it, yep.
Yeah, but in the beginning of the game, the guy who went up and did that to the Mongols got his head chopped off. So that very much instilled in Jin, like, hey, this ain't gonna work. We got to find another way to fight these people because they don't care. They don't give a shit about honor. So that's where that push and pull comes in of, do I play the way my uncle wanted, or do I play the way that I would like to play as the gamer, which is sneak around and throw smoke bombs and do all that cool shit. Some people liked that and thought it was cool. Some people thought, hey, this is dumb. Why are they forcing me to play a certain way? I just want to play. Yeah. So that's why they kind of got rid of it in Yotei. There's no real
because I was going to ask, because like with this being a revenge story, it doesn't seem like you're really giving a shit about being honorable.
Atsu doesn't give a shit.
You're blowing people up, chopping people. You're like shooting. Like the introduction of guns, I think, is also an interesting thing because around this time, like black
Yes.
powder is like starting to become a huge thing. So they're like a whole thing with the dragon and the spiders. Like, oh, they're gun makers. Like they know they specialize in rifles. The dragon fight was also annoying because fucking spider over there shooting at me every once in a while. It's like, fuck off. But like, getting that gun for that first time and like being able to fire it, I was like, oh, this feels so good and so satisfying.
Yes. My only complaint was that it was introduced so late in the game because I wanted to use more of it. And like I had already 100%ed everything up to that point. So that was more a me problem. But like I had no reason to go back and do anything. I was like, cool, I got this pistol and I finished the game. So that's great. Like,
so
but it was awesome. It was incredible.
I was going to ask that of you, Hero. Did you play defeating the different Yotei 6 in a certain way? Like who was your first person, second person, who did you get last?
Yeah, because you said you can do them in any order you want. Is that correct?
To an extent, yeah. So there's 3 that you're given out of the 6 that there are there. 1 dies right in the beginning. You have 5 left. So the first 3 you can do in any order. You can pick one of those 3 and go. Depending on how you do it, the other things will change. They slightly adapt based on what you did. But yeah, so I did the Oni first, which was the left side, and then I did the what was the other one? The
or Spider and Dragon.
The Spider and the Dragon. I did the Spider and the Dragon next, and then I did the Kitsune last. And then because of that, it was kind of cool how it then tied back in because the Spider and the Dragon aren't fully finished when you do them. So then you kind of have a second step to do, which is very cool. But if you did those first, then you might have seen that in the beginning and gone a different way. If you did that last, you might have seen that right before you moved into the finale. So it kind of does play with how you experience the story, which is cool. It's dynamic in that way.
Okay.
So then I think that leads into the second question of, with the spider then, at the end of like that entire thing, how does the spider like stay? Does he say, oh yeah, I'll just help you get to the castle? Or does he like actually hang out and like kind of blend into the story a little bit?
Yeah, so when you do it first, he doesn't approach you yet. Basically, you think the quest line's over and he's gone. And you go do other stuff. And then when you finish that, he contacts you or you find him somewhere. I don't remember exactly how it happens. Maybe a quest pops up, but something comes up that's like, oh, he wants to see you. He'll try to help you, and then that feeds it into it. Which is cool because then, like I said, it knows that you haven't done everything you need to do yet, so it doesn't force it upon you yet. It says, hey, wait, we'll let the story play out. That's one of the things I love about these games too. I think Tsushima does something similar too, where like depending on what you've done, it does really react. Because you in Tsushima had the option to do different things in different orders too. You had the option to do parts of the side quests and not all of them. Like each side quest was tied to a character. So that's different in Yotei as well. In Tsushima, if you had someone like Oyuki, who was your friend, she would have 8 different quest lines. And you could choose to do one of them or you could choose to do all of them. And you didn't have to do every single thing in her quest line. Whereas in this game, they very much give you the side characters in the main story and they don't make you do that. And the side quests are very much their own ancillary characters, which is very cool as well. So I like that because it doesn't force you to do the side quests to get to the rest of it.
Perfect.
I'm yapping a lot, so.
No, you're good. If anything.
How much of the game could you not play? Like, could you like golden path this and literally just do the main story stuff and just ignore 100%. The entire side quest thing? Like, it's not... It's not like, I got to this point and I have to do 5 different missions for other people before I can unlock the next part.
No. Okay. You can totally golden path it. If you did that, you probably would be like a 35-hour game, maybe 40-hour game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Story beats. Wouldn't it...
Oh no, go ahead. Really?
No, go ahead.
Would it lock you out of certain weapons though? I wonder. Because there are certain weapons that are like, oh yeah, this is a thing that you could go grab, but you don't really need to grab it. I guess.
I don't know if you need to grab the weapons or not. I never tested that because I wanted the weapons. But the weapons are you're right, they are technically side quests. Yeah. I mean, the game kind of makes you want the weapons. It almost makes them feel like they are main quests. I almost wonder if you could not, like, you would, it feels like you wouldn't be able to do anything unless you got those weapons. Like, weapons are kind of tied intrinsically with the area that you go to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But I do know, like, one of the side quest weapons that you get, which is those bombs, you don't have to get. Because I didn't get those until way later. I came back to that area and found out, oh, shit, there's a whole other thing here. So, yeah, there might be some that are optional. I don't know.
Finding out I could just make shit explode now. It's like, oh, wait, what?
I know. I did like that.
So, story beats. And the story of this game.
Yeah.
What is it? To boil it down into, like, it's a revenge story. Like, what are... You said she was 8, she got stabbed, and then grew up and killed a snake. I think I got that right. I think I've understood so far.
You nailed it.
It was a viper.
It wasn't a snake, it was the snake. But yeah, you nailed
The
it.
snake.
Otherwise.
Okay.
So basically, like, all these guys, so there's the snake, the Oni, and all of them, like, these are just, like, kind of their nicknames. They're like, oh, they're street names. Like, they've held that kind of power because they're all working under a guy named Lord Saito, who's basically taken over all of Yotei and, like, kind of claimed it as his own, as, like, the lord of the area. So Atsu, when she...
And Yotei is a place.
Correct.
Yotei's a mountain.
And the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, the area is called Ezo at that time, which
is it a real
modern
place?
day is called Hokkaido in Japan.
Is Ezo a real place?
Look at Japan. Yeah, if you look at Japan and you look at the northernmost island, it's like a giant triangle. That's where the game takes place.
What time in history does this take place? Like, around what year? Does it say?
1603, I want to say, is the year.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Let me check that.
I was gonna say, does this take place around the same time as Like a Dragon Ishin? But no. If that's the case, no.
Yeah, 1603 is the setting of the game. The prequel, the like prologue that happens when she's young is 1587.
Okay. Yeah. Is what? 1587?
1587. So it's been 16 years since she...
Okay. Yeah, Ishin is set in the 1860s, so we're a couple hundred years.
No, yeah, different time period.
You guys mentioned, like, they just got, like, black powder and they started using guns, and that was that's kind of like a story beat in Ishin very early on. So I was like, oh, I wonder if they're kind of similar, but no, it's 200 years difference. So
give or take. I mean, yeah, it's the cool thing about this game. I feel like that I love about and what Sucker Punch does. They do a lot of history and research on what they're doing, and then they try to use that to frame how they make the game. So it may not be historically accurate, but it's based in history.
Yep.
So yeah, Japan in this time period was in like all-out war, the mainland at least, and so Ezo was like mostly peaceful in comparison, but there wasn't anyone really ruling it. So Saito saw this as an opportunity to say, I'm going to come in here and rule this area, and I'm going to have my 6 like mob bosses basically take care of everything. So that's who the Yotei 6 are. It's him and the 5 disciples that he's got that are saying, we're going to be the shit here and we're going to take over. So the people also don't really like them either because they're forcing themselves upon what was mostly a peaceful area before.
Okay. Who's the worst Yotei 6? Who's the loathsome dung eater of the Yotei 6?
Worst personality or fight-wise?
Yeah.
Either or. Both, actually. Both. Give me both.
I feel like the worst person is Saito or the snake because they're just the snakes just feel slimy in general because it just kind of vibes about I don't like, and then Saito's just the big bad and like he is kind of an asshole and like he's an
asshole. He's on.
Like I just was like, okay, I hate this guy. I can hate this guy. Okay, let's do this. Let's go.
What is he on the D&D scale?
What's the D&D scale?
Like, so is he lawful evil, chaotic evil?
Oh,
lawful good,
evil.
He's lawful evil. He's for sure
lawful evil. Okay.
Yeah. He wants to follow rules and order, but he creates the rules and order based on what he thinks and how he looks at the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any redeeming
his
qualities?
intentions and his not really. That's the problem. That's what I think what makes him a really compelling villain. Is there's not really anything that redeems him to say, oh, I shouldn't kill him. Like you want to kill him by the time the game's over. Which is,
so does that make him a compelling villain or just an asshole?
The other thing about it too is like I look at how like also other people interact with the villain, and specifically like his sons, who are the dragon and the spider.
Yeah.
And specifically how the spider reacts to him is like, oh yeah, no, he's basically never loved me. Like it's one of those things where they've had that, raised as soldiers rather than children. So, and I forget what happened to their mother, but like their mother comes into a huge part of it, and like it's a whole thing of like seeing Saito interact with them. It's like, yeah, no, Saito is just not a good guy, like to anyone.
Yeah.
It seems like.
The whole idea of Saito is that he's because of his ambition, he has been blinded by that ambition, and he's been cruel to people as a result. So that makes him compelling to me because he is just an asshole, but he has reason and motivation to be an asshole. He's been cruel and like kind of hardened by the world to become that way. And so his belief is that I have to be this way in order for other people to be like happy, but he's kind of justifying his own selfishness in that process, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think I like about him. I mean, the whole reason he kills your parents in the beginning is because they were supposed to work with him, and they said no. They said, we're going to leave. And so he was like, nobody leaves me, and gets away with it. And he basically teaches them a lesson. So he kind of unravels this whole thing by doing that, because now he's got a villain, he's got an enemy in Atsu that is very formidable, as he finds throughout the game. He kind of underestimates her at first, and then very quickly is like, no, actually, we shouldn't underestimate her. She's actually kind of like a big threat to what's going on. And these other 5 people have surrounded themselves with him because they love the ego of them being important and having this self-righteousness, not because they're necessarily the most competent, smart, intelligent people. So some of them do slip up, and some of them don't handle it perfectly. I think the Oni, to me, is like the most threatening, most formidable of his generals. So yeah, that also makes it cool and compelling that he's not surrounded by the same 5 other people. They all have their own personalities on why they're here and what they're doing.
I do wish we dove a little bit more into the person who became the Kitsune, and like discovered like, okay, why did this person get chosen by Saito, and like all that stuff basically. But even then, like you see it through Oyuki and like her describing, it's like, yeah, no, he was. I didn't like him because he did things to people that I didn't like, and I turned away. The Oni, when I was playing through it, I went through the Kitsune first, so you had Oyuki through these different things, and you get to the Oni, and as the Oni, it's like, why are you defending this guy? Like, why are you helping build this castle for this guy that's not going to probably give you any of it?
Right.
Like, and he's like, well, it's just honor. It's like, why though?
Right.
And
that's the other thing that's kind of interesting, is that a lot of the people that surround him are former samurai themselves. So they're also bound by this invisible code of honor that maybe for people who are outside of that, it looks ridiculous. But it's something that they are very loyal to and very strong towards. Whereas Atsu doesn't have any of that. Atsu, that's actually another story beat we can talk about in a second, but the parallel between Atsu and her brother, because Atsu is not raised by anyone. She was abandoned by the world, and she had to fend for herself since then. So she's become like a badass because of it, and she doesn't care as long as her objective gets completed, which is get revenge for her family. She feels like I can finally rest once they have been avenged. So she does a lot of things that other people might say, oh, that's kind of rude or that's kind of selfish. But throughout the game, because of that journey, I feel like it kind of teaches you what you need to do in order to heal from that revenge, which is why I think it's a very compelling revenge story. It's not just, I got my revenge, I finished it by the end, but it's also, what did I lose along the way, or what did I have to sacrifice to make it happen? And I think she assesses that and ends up making different choices because of that.
So, like, you talk about kind of her not really, doing stuff like with the honor that her brother, like with other samurai work with. Do you think that makes her, like, I don't want to... Does that make her, like, do you feel like you're kind of controlling an asshole because of this? Or do they do enough to, like, explain, okay, the reason that you're not playing the game like you did in Tsushima is because of, like, these reasons. You know, like, she was abandoned and she had to kind of, she's surviving, and that's why you're not hey, do I kill or do I not kill, anything like that? Like, does the game give you enough backstory to where you're not just like, oh, I'm the bad guy, almost, in a way?
That's a good question. I think my answer... Go ahead.
I think for me, it's seeing Atsu not as someone who's like, as an asshole, as much as seeing it as someone who's just scarred. Like, she's dealing with just childhood trauma in general and hasn't had a way of like decompressing it other than, hey, I went to war. I learned how to fight, and I'm now just coming back to just slaughter to basically get my revenge and be done. Like, her whole thing is like, here are the 6 names on this list. Once this list is done, if I die, I die. Like, that's her whole thing at the beginning.
Right.
And then you go through the story, and there was a moment I was like, well, she's going to meet someone or somebody that is going to change her mind about, oh, this is someone I have to now live for. And I think it gets to, you come across your brother who is still alive, and it was funny playing through it, and like, you meet her at the Oni, or him at the Oni, and like, it's kind of like discovered, it's like, oh, this general of the opposing samurai force that's going against Saito is like helping you out, and he's like, hey, like, who are you? And then you guys go back and forth, and you're like, oh, that's your brother. So
sorry, you just made me think of that meme of the little kid being like, hey, who are you? Like,
God, that guy's old now. Have you seen
I don't know if I know that one. Oh,
really?
the one, the kazoo kid.
Yeah, kazoo kid.
The kazoo kid. Just kazoo it. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's exactly what it's like. It's literally, hey, who are you? Like, it's a very, very cool and very, very unseen moment. I don't think anybody saw it coming. I've watched multiple streamers play that moment, and they've always shocked, because you are talking to this guy after thinking that you've been alone your whole life. You've already lived your life thinking everyone's dead. So even the possibility of your brother having made it out wasn't even in your head. And then you're like, oh shit, this guy... And you almost have this energy between the two of them, like Luke and Leia, where they're like, they're kind of a little too familiar here. But maybe that's chemistry. Maybe they're gonna, there's gonna be something there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, no, that's their brother and sister. Holy shit, he's alive.
Thank
like,
God they didn't
it
kiss.
is a very cool moment that they very much didn't like publicize or make anywhere. That's one of those moments that I think if you haven't played, you shouldn't know that. Like, that will make you compelled to care about him more, care about that character.
Is it like you meet this person and they just keep showing up? Like,
kind of.
Does it kind of feel like in obviously they're brother and sister, so it's going to be a weird thing to say, but stay with me. Does it almost feel like a kind of a rom-com situation where she's out living her life and doing her thing, and like this guy just keeps popping up, and it's like, why are you here? And it's like this, will they, won't they? And then, oh yeah, no.
It doesn't happen that long, I think. It's a very brief thing.
Yeah.
You meet him, you go away, you see him a second time, then you find out he's your brother. Like, it's very much like the second interaction, maybe third, but it's like very quick. So most of your time that you spend with him, he's your brother.
Oh, okay.
Like 80%. Okay. Yeah. It's
Sorry,
probably
Raiiley?
about the first 20% that you're like, I don't know who they are.
So, if anything, another thing, Hero. So, since you didn't have Oyuki by that time, do you have any
Who is
dialogue? Oyuki's the
kitsune.
The kitsune.
The fox.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
The person that used to work with Saito.
Take notes. There's going to be a test.
Saito is the bad guy.
Correct.
Because Saito is Ansem.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not the real Ansem.
Yeah, and the kitsune is Riku.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Thank you.
That's
awesome.
That's
There
fair.
you go. You should have told me we should have drawn a picture hours ago.
Yeah,
Makes perfect sense. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kingdom Hearts spoilers, I guess.
Go watch Neo.
Which Ansem, really quick, which Ansem? Is he not Ansem the Wise, but the fake Ansem, or Xehanort?
He's the fake Ansem.
Is he Xehanort?
Yeah, he's no, he's Ansem,
like
kind of.
30 Ansems.
Yeah.
There are. Check out our short that is still getting it's not, we're not, this isn't as big as other people, but like that short of like the names and everything and the Ansem stuff on our YouTube still gets like 100+ views a day.
That's awesome. I love that.
Like,
it's a great clip. It's a great clip.
People need to know.
Considering how confusing Kingdom Hearts is.
it is.
Bruh.
All right.
But
What was the question?
Yeah, go ahead.
so when I was going through it, like, there was a moment, like, I was playing through it, and you come across your brother and all that, and you have a mission or two where it's like, oh yeah, I have someone that can help us out with that. And for a moment, I was like, oh yeah, we have Oyuki. And then I was like, oh wait, Oyuki killed our parents. I was like, ugh, how long until my brother will find out, and how pissed is he gonna get? And that was like a weird dynamic that happened too, of like, throughout that story of the Oni, he's kind of mad at me because he's like, you're working with our parents' killer. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? And it's like, she kind of redeemed herself, dog. Like,
wait, so
she kind of
Atsu
hated
knows
everything he did.
that
Yes.
that Kitsune
So-
killed their parents and doesn't
Riley's
tell her
pulling
brother.
up- I think Riley's bringing up a great point about the dynamism of the story, like how dynamic it can be, because I didn't have any of that. Because I did it first, I didn't know that the Kitsune, who she was, so I had none of those interactions, none of those voice lines, like nothing.
Okay. So Riley played
But yeah,
Captain America Civil War, essentially.
kind of, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, like, it just shows how the story like adapts based on what
Yeah.
you've done and in what order, which I think
That
is
is-
very cool. I didn't even know
That's
that
so
fully
nice.
until
Actually,
right now.
I
So,
fucking
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I'm so curious about now going back and doing different playthroughs of seeing
Yeah.
like what those dialogues sound like once you go to different people. But I do highly suggest play through, get the Kitsune first, and listen to their dialogue when you meet him. And like, he'll basically have a whole dynamic of where he's like, I'm kind of mad at you because you're doing all this shit. I want you to be, because that's the whole thing of his too. Is like, he kind of wants you to join the samurai and be like, hey, like,
This
come
is,
check us out. Like, we're cool. Here's all this
He-
stuff. And he's like, nah.
For me, it's the opposite. Like, he
Oh,
definitely
fast
wanted me to
forward
join the
here.
samurai, but he was very friendly with me in that whole mission, the Oni and all of that. And then when the Kitsune stuff happened, that's when he turns, and that's when he's suddenly like, wait a minute, I don't want to be with this. I don't agree with this. Like, you kind of build a relationship again because you've been gone for so long, and then very quickly it starts to fall apart because of the choices that you're making, which is I thought was very compelling and cool. But again, to hear your story inside of it, I think that's also very cool, and the fact that the game adjusts to that is also like shout out to
It was
Yotei,
so
because
nice.
I
Okay,
didn't
so
even know
it
that was
doesn't
to that
like
level.
obviously this game, it's not blocking you off of doing certain things until you hit those story
No.
beats. Like some of them probably, like, you can't go and just fight Ansem right at the very beginning of the game.
Right.
No.
You
Right,
have
right.
to
No,
you have to
can't
go
do that.
through some other bosses first, and then. Okay, so it's not an open world. So you lied to me.
Well, it is.
Well,
'cause
it's
you
open
can do
world.
whatever you want. You just can't fight
Look,
the
I don't
final
know
boss
much.
at any time.
I don't know much about Zelda, but I know in Breath of the Wild you can go and just
Okay.
fuck up Ganondorf.
I was gonna say Breath of the Wild
immediately.
is one of the few, which is why I shouted out, where you can literally do whatever you want at any
There are
moment.
two open world games where you can go and kill the boss right at the beginning. Zelda Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild and Two Worlds.
Yeah,
And they're both
I've
as good
watched-
as each other.
I've watched speedrunners go in and kill Ganon like right after they get off the plateau. They just go straight
With
for
a
it.
stick.
They dodge every hit. They slowly chip away at his health, and he's dead. That's awesome. I love that they have that option. But like, yeah, most
That's
games
not
I think
story.
don't.
So you
have
agree.
that. Yeah, most
Breath
games
of the
don't have
Wild
that.
is just as good as Two Worlds.
As someone who's never played a Legend of the Zelda game, Breath of the Wild is still pretty fucking good. It's so fun. I fell in love with it. It's like, I see what these Nintendo people are talking about. I see what
See?
they're talking about. This is some
Riley
good
knows.
shit.
Riley
This
knows.
is- Yeah.
You're holding yourself back from amazing future.
If it makes you feel any better, Donkey Kong Bonanza is really good too.
Dude, Bonanza's
Also-
dope as fuck.
Bonanza.
It's so good.
Oh my god, Bonanza's so good.
Banana.
Oh, banana.
All right, fuck Yotei.
So good.
Bonanza. Okay,
So good.
so what was your favorite
No, but wait,
Bonanza?
I want to talk about Yotei. I want to say one more thing.
What?
about-
Well,
Yoshi.
we'll get back to that.
More
What was your
Yoshi.
favorite Bonanza? I like the elephant. I would just like suck up the entire world. It's very nice.
I like the zebra
I need to
because
still
I also
play
like the
more.
song.
I'm so behind on games, dog.
Why would you
my
bring up
backlog's
Bonanza
so
if you
bad.
don't have it 100%?
I played it.
Riley.
It's so fun.
I finished it. I finished it. Just saying.
Thank you.
Wasn't
Thank
on my
you,
game
Hero.
of the year list, but I didn't finish it.
Listen, welcome to the world of Raiiley, where I play and start a lot of games, but never finish.
Raiiley, if I had put that game on my game of the year list, I would have had every game from our final count of game of the year on my personal game of the year list. That was the only game.
Yeah, you had like 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I had 9 out of 10.
Just the most basic ass list.
Literally, like general gamer.
We went
through.
So this list, the kind of funny best friends list, was tabulated based on how Kind of Funny does their top 10 list of the year, like their GOTY. So a bunch of us sent in our top 10s to DC Hard Rocker and Caminelli. Caminelli did all of the math. Yeah, shout out to them. They fucking killed it. Caminelli did all like the tabulation and everything, and like here's the top 10. And we all went through, like we all, a bunch of us streamed together, going through the list one by one. DC Hard Rocker did this amazing like video package for everything, and kind of was like
incredible.
The host, it was awesome.
I remember sitting there watching it. I was like, "This is some good shit. This is some good shit."
And as we're going through the games, it was like, "Hey, number 10 was this, number 9 was this, number 8, blah blah blah," and people that had them on their list were talking about the games. Hero talked like every fucking game,
the
whole time, and I was just sitting there because I think I had like 3 on the top 10 list, 3 or 4. So like there was just like there's like an hour of me just being like, I should play that, and I should play Dispatch. I should probably do that.
Just having your wish list and just
Yotei.
clicking on things.
We should play Yotei.
At some point, my anxiety in the back of my head was like, do people think I'm just pretending to have all these games on my list? Like, do they think I don't? Actually, I didn't submit anything. I just wanted to talk.
Actually, Cam just is like, Cam's like, no, I'm not going to do any. Whoever sends me the first list, that's it. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
They think I did math.
Like, I swear, I liked all of these games. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want to. I've been, just kind of asking you questions and everything. But I do want to turn it over, like, to the two of you. What you've played this game. I'm assuming you've wanted to talk about it. You've wanted to talk about specific things and everything. Get it out. Talk to talk to each other. Like, what are these like big spoiler things that you haven't been able to talk to people about because you're trying to kind of not be a cunt.
Bro, you just teed up the ball, and I have a home run to hit for you right now.
And I want you to do that, and I'm listening. Okay. If I get up, I'm listening, but it's because I'm going to go get a drink. Once I'm done with this, I'm just going to go get another, like,
I'm really talking to Raiiley right now, but Raiiley, okay. The thing I want to talk about, honestly, that I think is so freaking cool, and this is what I was noticing when I replayed the game, is that if you notice, when she fights the snake, she dies. She gets stabbed, and she dies. And she comes back to life, and the wind starts blowing, and she's like, I gotta go. I gotta keep going. It's like,
is she dead the whole time?
Is like, well, so that's the part I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about.
Raiiley. We're fucking starting.
I think she actually is an Onryo, and I think that's why you were asking about Legends and like, how does Legends tie into all this? I think all of the things that you're doing in this game are supernatural. I think she actually is a supernatural being in some way, because she has these abilities that no one else has. Yeah. She's moving in like crazy levels.
I saw that in the
game,
the clip that I was showing with like the Watanabe like mode.
Yeah.
There was something where there was just like wind and the person was kind of like on the ground, kind of crawling back. Is that like
that's what I was gonna say.
In the game, keep doing that, or does it only happen? There's a mechanic
that you can come back to life. Like you can literally bring yourself back to life if you die, if you lose all your health. And in the first game, it was very much just
it's called reload.
Mechanic.
Idiot.
No,
Raiiley, can you believe this guy? Can you believe this fucking guy? He's fucking reload from a checkpoint. From a fucking checkpoint.
I can't be a part of this.
This Japan hater does not understand fucking reload.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
There you go.
So that is a question now that I have. Like, is that? It sounds like that's a narrative choice. Like, if you die,
yes,
it's not just, hey, reload to the last checkpoint. It is.
Did you play Sekiro?
No.
Oh, okay.
I played Elden Ring, and you die, and you just fucking wake up at a goddamn thing.
No, it doesn't have that. In Sekiro, it has a similar mechanic that it's like a second life. So when you die, you fall to the ground, and you can literally get up again a second time. and start fighting like as if you didn't die, right?
Yeah,
that's
like,
basically what it is
Yakuza,
in Yotei.
You can get something in Yakuza where like you die once and you have this thing in your pocket that like it breaks, but you can just get back up and you have full health and shit. Okay.
So it's a similar mechanic,
totem
similar
for
function.
Minecraft.
In this game, you have on the bottom left, you see all those little orange or yellow balls. Those are your resolve. So the more you fight, the more you build up that resolve, and then it costs usually 2 resolve to bring yourself back to life. Then you can upgrade it where it only costs 1 resolve to bring yourself back to life.
I mean, we're watching Raiiley his resolve just dropped.
Right.
But he didn't die.
You can use abilities that will use up your resolves. Your
resolve
is almost like your ability meter.
Okay.
Yeah, but in order to come back to life, you need to have enough stored resolve to do that. So if you've wasted all your abilities and someone kills you, now you can't use your resolve, you're dead.
Now you just reload from a checkpoint.
Right. And
Basically.
then you just play the game like a game. Yeah.
It was funny because I knew that was an ability, but I never ended up picking it up.
Oh, really?
I never ended up picking it up because it was like one of those things. It's like, I don't see myself needing it as often. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it was like, it's like, oh, I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Which I die a lot. But especially now with the fucking asshole at the top of the mountain.
But
it's like, yeah, now I need that ability.
But this is Storymoders for a reason,
now, right?
Okay? I haven't died in any video game in years.
It's never happened.
I'm a god in whatever game I play.
Of course. Never died.
For a reason.
Never happened. Never had. Cut the clips.
Well, for those of you who need help in games like me,
unless I jump off a cliff, that's that's
it's testing.
Don't do that. Don't do that for real.
It's testing. Just testing. Is there fall
Speaking
damage?
of testing, can everyone who hears this in chat say "fuck ice" if you're watching live?
Fuck ice.
If you're watching live, we checking mics. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Fuck ice. Put a fuck ice in chat if you can hear us.
There's 2 things that guy at the top of the mountain and ice have in common, and that's fuck them. Fuck those guys.
Thank you, Pixelated Soul.
Fuck all those guys.
Exactly.
All those guys suck.
Exactly.
Fuck them.
But yeah, I think that narratively, the game wants you to believe that Atsu and Jin are somewhat super powered, supernatural in some way, and it plays with that. Like I said, in the legends, in all of the other aspects of the game, it treats the world as if Japanese mythology is real and actually does function in the world, which I think also honors the culture of Japan a lot, because culturally Japanese people also believe that those things are real and believe that those things are functions, within their own religion. So I think that like the fact that they want you to believe that as the character and as the player is very powerful. Like that's what I really wanted to discuss, was like from the moment I saw that happen, I was like, oh, I'm even more in than I was in Tsushima, because I really believe that she's a force of nature. I really believe that she's someone that can't be stopped. And then you see that play out throughout the game with the way that you play and the amount of enemies you face. And yet she still comes out unscathed and still continues her mission. And, so it's kind of cool how I feel like you playing the game makes her more powerful as an entity, as a character, as a force, I just think that's unique to Yotei and Tsushima for me. I can't think of other games that do that.
I definitely agree. Like there's something about like playing through as her where you start out in like those first few like hours where I was playing, it's like, okay, I'm like, it's more about getting the feeling of like how parrying and dodging works and like getting that feel down. But once you start getting these abilities, and then once you start bonding with the wolf, you grow your Onyo powers. You do that whole sequence where it's like, I think when you go after the spider and you unleash your like full Onryo powers, where it's like, oh yeah, you're just like slicing through people and like
it's on the
demolishing. Yeah, and you're like getting that berserker mode, which honestly I do wish I had that throughout the rest of the game, because that was such a fun mode. But once you get that berserker mode, she's just unstoppable. So... Exactly. It's like,
what is happening?
This was so good.
Yeah.
But like once you get those abilities, she does feel so more than just human. And it's funny too, because like at certain points you have this shrine that's kind of dedicated to you at any of the inns, and you can go there to pick up anything that's dedicated to you, and there's like little clippets of like, hey, you helped me out by doing this, and thank you, Onio, for all that. And like Atsu kind of comments on it when what's the boy's name that's always like looting people's bodies at the
Taro? Is that his name?
Taro. Yes.
Yeah.
Finding that fucker everywhere. And he's like kind of like looking at your stuff and he's like, oh yeah, look at all this cool. The Onios must be like real cool or something like that. And the entire time Atsu's like, yeah, I just don't feel that way. Like I'm just, she's honestly like, I'm just here trying to do my job and get done with it and then leave. Like I don't really care about this whole thing. And it's funny you have the like little wanted poster the entire time telling you what it is.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, no, I think it was also really interesting that like my perspective of like how Atsu's journey goes was also framed so much by who she interacted with. And I think it was very cool how the like campfire sit downs, like when you sit down with people and they come to your camp.
Yes.
I thought that was all so well done. That was not in Tsushima at all. That's another way they expanded upon it. Where like instead of having to go to people, they would come to you and they would randomly sit down at your camp while you were doing other stuff. I thought that was very, very cool. Yeah.
Who was your favorite like merchant / person to like run into and like kind of interact with?
I fucked with the map dude a lot. That map dude was sick.
Oh, he was so sick. And then once I was like listening to him, it's like, that's Robbie Damon.
That's
Robbie
yes,
Damon.
I know. I realized that. I was like, damn, there's some good like voice performances in this game. Yeah.
Wait, Robbie Damon?
Yeah, yes. Robbie Damon is the
Goro Akechi?
What's his name?
Yes.
Is that his name?
Oh, who else does he play?
Yeah, that's his name in fucking Persona 5.
Yeah. And then, yes, Goro Akechi.
Yes.
What's his name in this? Map cartographer.
And if you're watching
Map
and he's also
guy.
Map.
Oh, I was like Map guy.
That's his name.
I mean, technically you don't need to know math to do maps, so you're a math guy.
Yeah, you do, because he's a cartographer, so he needs to know math.
I don't give a shit if he makes cartoons, okay?
Wow, okay.
Fucking idiot.
That's a cartoonist.
Artist erasure over here. Artist erasure. Crazy.
Robert doesn't
also, they're
like
called
artists.
anime, not cartoons.
Yeah.
Scrubs is not an anime.
No,
Scrubs is a good show.
It's a great show.
Scrubs is a great show. Great show.
This revival.
Are we talking about that on the podcast? When are we doing that?
When's the Scrubs? The entire
the Scrubs review. Scrubs revival and review.
I mean, after it's all out.
One thing
yeah, that'll be now that Fallout's over. It's going to be a weekly Scrubs revival.
We'll be like, what does that have to do with games? We'll find a way.
25-minute episode.
That's like what was it? The Office, I think, where like they did an episode for every episode, and every podcast episode was like longer than the episode of The Office.
Yeah,
like an hour or 45 minutes.
No, every episode of our.
How are you talking about this much?
Every episode of our Storymoders Quantum miniseries about Fallout Season 2. Every episode was like twice as long as the episode was.
Well, that
usually there's so much to dissect.
Yeah.
It's just the story of a reviewer, honestly.
Facts, honestly. If we did a podcast that was twice as long as Yotei, we'd be here for 160 hours. So I think we're okay on that one.
Okay. So about the amount of time it took for Janet Garcia to finish Persona 5 Royal. Got it.
Yeah. Or about the amount of time that Snowbike Mike took to get on your podcast.
Whoa. Both
got
true
him,
facts. We're talking to you all.
Shout out Snowbike Mike. Snowbike Mike, if you're listening.
Mike, you need to get back on.
I'm going to be on once a quarter, blah, 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 blah.
He has an herb month, I think he has an herb month.
He's playing Lara Croft over on my TV right here. So, or Tomb Raider, that's...
Tomb Raider.
Whatever.
We can talk about Tomb Raider, too.
No.
I love video games. Video games are cool, y'all.
Video games are cool as shit.
Video games are so good.
You guys.
They're so cool.
Video games are great.
I love
Ghost of Yotei, though. Yeah. Mid? Everybody?
The other one I wanted to talk about?
Hell no.
No.
I think it's really interesting how a lot of people critiqued Jin because he's a samurai. I think a lot of people who critique that maybe, I mean, I don't want to say like, you didn't get it, but like maybe they didn't understand the samurai code or the honor system. They just wanted to do cool shit in the game, which is totally fine. But I really like how they played with that in this game because Atsu is not a samurai and Jubei is a samurai. And they're both the same, like they're siblings. They both come from the same family.
Yeah, Jubei's the brother.
Now look at the world. Yeah, that's the brother.
Correct.
Okay.
They both look at the world very differently because of that. Now they were both at the same age separated, and one was raised alone, and one was raised in a community full of people who took care of him and made sure he was fed, and made sure he was clothed, and made sure he, didn't go hungry, and all of those things. And so that changed how he looked at the world. And so he sees every situation that they encounter differently than Atsu does. And I think that's really cool to see them go back and forth and argue, and then seeing Atsu's journey basically to kind of meeting him in the middle, where I feel like he kind of laxes a little bit in his honor system, understanding where she comes from, and she's able to very much meet him more on the, I'm not just here for myself. I want to be around people. I want to, be in a community, be in a family, essentially. She's very much the lone wolf character, even to the point that she literally is called the wolf. Like, that is her arc, is going from being lone wolf to being, part of a team, part of something. So I really love that. And I think how they tell that story narratively and through the culture of Japan is very, very, very honorable. No pun intended.
I think that's another thing too, of like throughout the story, there's a tab in your pause menu that's called the wolf pack. And like throughout the game, it just like at first it's just Atsu and like I think the bird's there and maybe the wolf.
Yeah, and the bird.
But yeah. And as you go, like the people start filling in. You start by the end of it, you have this whole like wolf pack. But I was like, no, that's her family. That's people that she's like kind of like have come into her life and tell her it's like, hey, not everything's about revenge. Like, you can live beyond this. Like, there are things to live for. And I think that's what's great about Jubei coming into the picture is later on when you go and like face the spider and the dragon, you learn, oh yeah, Jubei has a daughter. And I was like, that's the thing that's going to keep Atsu going. And then you see like Atsu kind of be like, oh, I'm an ant. I now have a responsibility to kind of like show her like, hey, you can't go down my path. I'm going down a path that's very traumatic, and like I have my reasons. You're not going to end up like me, and I'm not going to make you like me.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I love God of War 2018 so much, because it reframes Kratos no longer as I'm an angry dude, but I'm an angry dude who has a kid. And how am I going to make sure that my kid isn't as angry as I am? Like, I think that's really compelling to have like a child be the reason that you now have to become better and greater than yourself. Like, that's the whole premise of God of War, right? Be better, So that's something I feel like they did really well in Yotei as well. That her relationship with
is this as woke as God of War 2018?
I mean, there's a female protagonist. So.
Oh my god! I didn't even put two and two. Oh my god. You guys.
Dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There's no white males in this either.
Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
Interrupt me with your wokeness. No, but it's so like, it's so strong to me to be able to tell that story, to be able to actually convince people that, hey, this person who was filled with anger and rage, actually by the end of it, isn't going to throw her life away just to make sure she accomplishes her goal, because at one point in the story, she even says that, like, I don't have anything to live for except for this.
Yeah.
So if I die,
like once this is done, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
She even says that. Yeah. She's like, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, she's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, that's how, like, she has nothing to live for except for this. And to find that through her journey of trying to accomplish this goal, she found everything. She found a life. She found something to live for. I think that's really like powerful.
I think she even says it at one point. She's like, I found a family. Like,
right.
To like kind of like be alongside. It's like even like with Oyuki and like Jubei and your niece and like even like the smaller people, like the bounty guy, the Genji, the armorer, who has a little side mission where you get to learn a little about him. Ren, who's like your bower, who does all your bowstrings. There's all these different people that like you learn their story and learn how Saito affected them, and then Atsu kind of is like, oh, I like this person and I kind of want to keep them around. So I'm gonna help them out, and they kind of like grow a bond. And she's like, okay, well now I can't go anywhere. I have to protect people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pixelated Soul in the chat says the story gave her something to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it
really
sounds like
did.
at the beginning, like she was just like, this is my mission.
Because she was alone, she had nothing to lose. Because she didn't care about her own life, she literally had nothing to lose. And the fact that I think that's why I brought up that point about her dying and coming back. The fact that that is something that she's knowledgeable about. She knows that I can survive insurmountable odds somehow. I'm going to push myself to the limit. Like, I'm not going to worry about dying because I might just be back and then I'm going to continue my mission. Like, that's on some level, she's aware of that. And that's why she's willing to throw it all away. But once she realizes that if I throw this away, I throw someone else's life away, that's when she's able to kind of like reflect and reconsider and say, maybe I should try to be better for them, if not for me.
Yeah. You guys have, you know, we're talking about the game, we're talking about the story and everything. You both perked up earlier when I mentioned like a sequel or something, like a prequel. So
yes.
Talk to me about how this game ends and what the two of you think that means, because clearly this is a sequel to Tsushima in name only, really, and Jin is apparently like he's a skeleton, but this is like 200 years later.
It's set in the same cinematic universe, but it's not really a sequel.
Yeah. So like the end of this game, does it open up to what do you see they can do with this story, or do you think it's going to be a similar thing where it's just like, cool, this story's done, let's go and do something else? Would you guys want to see any sort of like DLC, anything like that? I think I don't know. It may have been Neo Aoshi. I don't know if he's still in chat. He might not be. He's in Philadelphia. He's probably asleep like a piece of shit. Go Birds. But I was watching his stream, and he finished the game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like, oh, he's still here. Oh, go Birds. Go Birds. Yeah, no, I do think it was Neo. It was your stream that I was watching. He finishes the game, and then like the kind of the way that you can continue playing the game is like now Atsu is like telling stories about her past to like her somebody.
Yeah.
And that's when Neo went and found the stuff with Jin from Tsushima, because someone in chat was like, "Hey, go here now that you've done with the game. Go over here," and he was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy." So like,
yeah, basically the way the game ends, it jumps ahead.
Okay.
So it jumps ahead and gives you almost an epilogue type of ending. And then in order to let you keep playing, it goes back and it says, hey, the time period between where we jumped, that's what's happening now, and you can do all this other stuff.
Okay.
So it's kind of a cool way to keep you going while also like kind of putting a finite end to her story.
Yeah.
Who she is. I don't know. Riley, you have any ideas on the sequel?
Sequel or like DLC? Like, do you think that kind of that story beat lends itself to being like, hey, we can do a DLC, like a big story thing that's like, oh yeah, also I did this, and you're in the future or whatever, and you're kind of going back.
I don't think as much DLC. I think Legends is kind of all you need, because the story kind of wraps it up and like kind of puts a bow on it of like, Atsu's kind of is done. Like, she's accomplished what she wanted, which was defeat the Yotei 6, not kill them, but she basically defeats them all. And she's like, okay, I found peace. She's now like looking over her niece. She's back home and like trying to raise the tree again, and like the tree's resprouted. So she's just kind of now like, hey, I'm just living my best. It's a tree, that actual tree, like a blooming, blossoming tree. I'll put up screenshots on my blue sky, but it's a pretty tree. It's a very pretty tree. I have a lot of pictures. But it kind of,
I agree.
It wraps everything up in a nice little bow of like, you don't really need anything else. As far as like a sequel goes, I honestly think we've gone with the samurai route. We've gone with a bounty hunter route. Let's do ninjas, or like, as you mentioned before with the shinobi thing of like, oh, you could totally tie it into a thing of like, maybe this is like shinobi teachings that Jin had initially like started, and now we're so many years in the future and shinobis are now like there, and you can do a whole tale of, hey, maybe someone in the shinobi betrayed everyone else, and like everyone was now like disbanded or like hunted and all that, and shinobis are like now getting canceled out, and you're the last shinobi maybe, and you're just kind of on a story of like trying to figure out who did it, and like by the end you're like, okay, what's your options? That's what I thought of it, and I love that you brought up that Jin started this shinobi thing of like, oh, that's how you do it then.
Yeah, I think the through line that connects these two games is them both being ghosts, both being legends, or these ideas of things that are more than just a person. So I think that can happen at any point in history. I think one thing that's interesting is like it's 329 years between Tsushima and Yotei. If you go 329 years into the future, you get to 1932, which is right before World War II. I think that would be a fascinating period to explore in Japan, because of all of the implications that goes with that. But I don't know if they would do that. I don't know if they would even touch that because that's so modern. That's obviously got a lot of other implications in terms of political history. So I don't know that they go there. I don't know that they touch that. If they don't, like I said, I could see them doing what you're talking about, Shinobi. I could see them going anywhere within that history and doing that. I think the other thing that's interesting about the ending is that if they were to do any DLC, I think it'd have to be set in that little period between when she leaves and when the epilogue happens, because there's not really any other time for it to happen. And after that moment, I think it would feel empty. It would kind of ruin the ending of the finality of that. Personally, though, I would love to see a DLC set during Atsu's time before she got back to Ezo, because she talks about how she fought in the wars of Japan to learn how to fight. And I think it'd be really cool as a DLC option. Let her be an earlier version of Atsu that doesn't remember. So everyone who wants to jump back into the game has to learn how to play the game again and introduce, kind of more different mechanics instead of having more of the ghost mechanics, maybe having something that's just a straight, combat game or combat simulator, with some story, with some elements. They nail the side relationships and small minor characters, so they could totally do that in that period. And it would also get them an option to be somewhere else. They could be back in the mainland of Japan. Maybe it's a smaller portion of the map. Maybe it's somewhere around Kyoto. I don't know, like whatever they want to do. But
it's pronounced that Tokyo. Would be for me
what?
Kyoto? No, it's Tokyo.
The capital wasn't Tokyo back then. Okay. Oh, Google.
What are you, dyslexic? Come on.
And he says
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand
it. That's crazy.
These narratives that are being spun right now is just crazy.
Crazy.
Just shooting on people.
And I'll edit this before it goes up and just make Hero look so much worse.
No.
No.
I know he's gonna do that too.
He's the editor.
Dumb. I don't want to be called racist. I can't handle that.
Pixelated Soul says that would be cool if the end of that DLC was Atsu learning where the snake was.
Yes, that's
that
exactly
could be
what
another
I'm
thing
thinking,
too. Yeah.
Directly back into the game, and maybe even incentivizes people to pick up that new game plus that wasn't there when it was at launch. So I think that would be a smart way to do a DLC, because it factors in the fact that people always leave and come back to a game. And 9 times out of 10, if you start the game off right from the end, people aren't going to remember how they played. People aren't going to remember all the abilities. It's going to be, you're going to get lost. So if you actually jump back in time and tell a different part of the story, you now kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Basically.
Like I put a shitload of time into Starfield, and then I didn't play it for a long time until the DLC came out. And when I went back to it, I was like, okay, I have most of the things here because it's point and shoot or whatever, but there were so many mechanics that I just forgot about.
Yeah, I think it would be smart if developers factor that in for DLC, because I think they should start I think by now people have seen the trends. Like DLC never has as many players as the original game because people just don't come back. So I think it would be very smart for them to be like, hey, it is a DLC, but it's separate and it's before, and you're going to learn new combat abilities, so don't even worry about remembering anything. I think that would be very compelling. But they also could just do Legends and be happy.
Yeah. So, I mean, because that's... Tsushima only had Legends, right? Didn't have any other...
It did have a DLC.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was called The Legend of Iki Island. So when you get the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, that's including the DLC that originally was separate.
Okay.
So that story, without spoiling in case anyone wants to play that game, but takes place in the time period. So it's actually contemporary to whenever you play it as Jin. So if you play it in the middle of the game, it takes place then. If you play it at the end of the game, it takes place then. But it's a separate story about Jin and his father and what he went through and all of that.
So let me ask you guys, what would be your dream Ghost of Yotei sequel? If you're in the chair and you're like, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. Raiiley, you kind of talked about your idea with the end of the Shinobi and everything, but if you had carte blanche to make the Ghost game and do whatever you want it to do, where are you going? What are you doing? And why is it in Night City?
You got things to do, Samurai.
Wake up, Samurai.
Wake the fuck up, Samurai.
God, he's so pretty. You're amazing.
I know.
I think
I just saw him when I went to my bathroom, by the way.
What?
Did everyone else pop off when that John Wick trailer happened? Is that just me?
Oh my God, I lost my
sick.
shit. I stood up and everything. I was like, about time.
Yeah, I was on stream. I was losing my mind.
Dude, that was about fucking time.
What a state of play. Let's talk about
What
that.
a state of play. It was actually pretty good.
It's one of the best state of plays I've ever seen in my life.
Literally, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. For one reason.
Yeah, go with your
I think
dream.
we all agree on the one reason.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Star Wars Galactic Racer.
Okay, there it is. That was, dude, I'm ready to play that. I'm going to be playing that shit on stream. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I'm so stoked. And I'm a big fan of Burnout Paradise. Did you see in the trailer they did like one of the takedowns?
Yeah.
And I did the little slow like.
As soon as I saw that, I was like,
"We're back."
I was like, oh, we got a Burnout game. It's just set in the Star Wars universe. I'm okay with this. I'm so okay with this. I was like, let's go. I'm going to be playing the shit out of this game.
So good.
But
So good.
yeah, no, like there's something about when thinking of the other games of like, oh yeah, Jin's a samurai. There's something about the gameplay of like he's not using different weapons. He's using his one sword. He's learning those techniques for his sword. Atsu, you have she's a bounty hunter. She's learning all these different ranges of weapons and learning how to kill and like not really caring whether it's stealthy or not. And I was like,
This is the
what
blood
if,
mode,
like-
by the way. That's on the screen.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood on screen. They're
A lot of
just
blood.
covered.
Okay,
in
yeah,
blood.
nope,
That
That is
is
not red armor. They are covered
That's
in
not
blood.
normal. Yeah, that's the variant. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the Eddie Guerrero
but then-
filter. Okay.
basically. But then I thought of a third game. I was like, well, what if you just lean into those stealth things? Because there are stealth things in Yotei that I was like liking. It's like use the Kusarigama to like pull people near you and like all that. It's like I can see them
Get over
wanting
here.
to. Basically, it's so sick and it feels so satisfying to do. And
Did
when you
see
do
that
it,
in the gameplay so far, Robert?
there's a few times I use it. It's a really nice, satisfying finisher.
Oh,
Grab them, pull
Atsu
them in.
butt. Atsu butt.
A little bit, booty.
Atsu
These
cheeks.
scenes are so nice. Ugh. But like, I was like,
This-
what if we got that?
I've seen this now
It was
twice
all
in the
stealth.
stream where Riley puts Atsu in a hot spring and then just walks away.
Then I walk away. Dude, those are the only times I'm like, I can go to the bathroom right now.
It's zen.
I can go
It's so
refill
zen.
water. Yeah, just leave people
You're just
like
chilling
sitting there,
in
just
an
listening to it.
onsen, hanging out.
Yeah,
Your
max health
increases.
increase, and that's just it.
Yeah.
And then I get back before it ends.
you
then
get the
I'm
cheeks.
back before it ends.
Oh, yeah.
more
Blaster
cheeks.
Goblin says, I missed a lot of this episode. Can you start over, please?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
gotcha.
Okay,
So
yeah, so
no
let's hit the
spoilers
intro.
anymore. No spoilers.
Hit it.
Yep.
Hit it.
Okay.
Go ahead. We need Mike back.
Oh, we're on the wrong screen for that.
Oh well.
Hold on. Well,
Nope.
let's do this. Hey, Blaster Goblin, welcome. We're Ghost of Yotei. What's the sequel gonna be? It's spoilerific.
Ghost of Yotei rules.
Yeah.
It's such a good game. So good. I love it. But like,
So-
anyways,
Sequel.
I just thought it's like, well, it's not like Sucker Punch hasn't done a stealth type game before. And I was like, what if we got a game in the style, the feeling of Sly Cooper series where it is sneaking around and all that? Not in that art style, but just that kind of stealth feel.
I'm just like picturing
Don't
this
tempt
in the
us.
Sly
Don't
Cooper
tempt
art
us.
style now, and I can't not.
I was
think
like,
of
I
it.
had to make sure that not to say in the art style, but like in the Yotei or the Ghost style.
I don't know if you know this, but she does walk. Well, I guess both of them, Tsushima too. They walk over the ropes.
They walk
like
on
Sly
ropes.
Cooper. They walk.
There's
exactly
times
like
where they
Sly
do it.
Cooper.
I'm like,
Yep.
they could
It's so cool.
easily do it. I think I could see them just saying we're diving into that stealth aspect and like expanding that so much more, and like allowing you to do so much
Isn't
more
there, like,
stealth
a-
kills.
And maybe I'm incorrect here, but like, isn't there some sort of like armor set that looks like Sly?
There's a few nods to it. Yeah.
It's like the color scheme at least, not like a...
Yeah. And you get a mask that's like a raccoon mask with the colors of slime.
It's so sick.
Blue and white. Blue and white,
Yeah, so it's not like... I can see them like kind of like dipping into those stealth aspects and like expanding on them and making that into a game where you still have all these options of using dual katanas, using a bow staff or something like that. But they're like, but if you play stealthily, you get all these satisfying kills. It boosts your perks a little bit more. Maybe instead of like a wolf or a fox, you use like a crow or something like that. I don't know. There would have to be some kind of like animal representation.
Or like an eagle, like in Assassin's Creed.
Eagle. But then they might get like copyright or something, you know? Don't they like copyright the eagle for something?
Assassin's Creed didn't fucking make up an eagle.
I mean, you don't know. With Ubisoft, you don't know. They might copyright everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me, I think, honestly, this is probably going to be a trick answer. I don't want a sequel. I think they're okay. Fair. I think it's okay to have Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei, and that's it. Let Sucker Punch move on to something else. Like, I'm okay with that. And not that I don't love this game, not that I don't want more from this game, but they just delivered on all fronts in this game. That, like, the only way that they could improve upon it in any way is if they totally changed, like, fundamentally what they're doing here. Because, like, I think the only critiques that people have are things that are fundamental to like how they make this. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people critique the animations or the way that it runs or all of those kind of things. Those are things that just Sucker Punch has in their engine. Like how she moves, how she climbs. Like that's totally the same way that Infamous climbed and moved and like all of that. So those are things that are fundamental to Sucker Punch that I love. But if you don't like them, then yeah, you might not vibe with this world, and that's okay. But beyond that, yeah, I think Sucker Punch would like thrive off of making something else. That being said, it's PlayStation. They're probably going to force them to make a sequel at some point.
Yeah, they're going to do a Ghost of 3.
Yeah, a 3 Shima? Yo 3? I don't know.
Yo, Japan 3 Shima.
3 Ghost?
Kyoto 3 Shima.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, Hero, then the question would be, it's like, what do you... If you don't want Sucker Punch to work on like a Ghost game, what would you want them to like work on next then?
Sly Cooper.
I mean, you.
But besides that,
I was gonna say you hit the nail on the head. I want a Sly Cooper. Yeah. I want a new Sly Cooper. I want you to bring it back. I want you to give me the full stealth, the full story, the full characters. It doesn't even have to tie back. If you want to do a reboot, you want to go into Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart territory and just say, hey, these are the characters. Let's run with them. I'm good with that. You don't have to give me a beginning, middle, and end story and tie into the lore of 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and that's fine. But
I mean, Rift Apart is part of the whole storyline, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know how Ratchet and Clank games always like reset, where like you start the game and Ratchet and it's
I played
and then
one.
They tell you a story. Like they don't tie together at all. Like there's no reason you need to play the other Ratchet games to play Rift Apart. Like you'll understand it just the same way, as long as you know who Ratchet and Clank are. Ratchet's a Lombax who has a wrench, and Clank is a robot who hangs out with him. There you go. That's all you need to know. Like I'm good with that. Like in terms of Sly, like you can give me Sly and the cast of characters around Sly, and that's all I really need.
Benny. You just need kind of Carmelita Fox.
Yeah,
that's the main four you kind of need.
Exactly. Yeah, and
they would make Carmelita Fox.
I don't want it to be dark and gritty. I want it to be cartoonish. I want it to be fun and silly, and let them play with style more. That's what they love to do with Tsushima and Yotei. So, yeah, I think I would love to see them go back to Sly. But if they can't do that, I would also love to see a new IP. I love seeing these studios make new IPs. Just like I'm so stoked for Intergalactic. I didn't want more Last of Us. I didn't want Last of Us 3. I wanted something new from them. So it's the same feeling I have right now with Sucker Punch, where I'm like, I don't need another game in this world. I'd love to see them just do something new and something fresh.
Okay.
Blaster Goblin said in chat that Jack is better than Ratchet.
I mean, you're not wrong with that.
But is Clank better than Daxter?
Daxter, the PSP game, was better than Secret Agent Clank, the PSP game.
Ooh.
So, that's all I can say.
Also, Ratchet didn't get like a racing game, a cool racing game too.
True.
Let's be honest here.
True.
Also, Jack didn't get fucking Deadlock. Deadlock is such a good Ratchet and Clank game, even though it doesn't call itself Ratchet and Clank it.
Deadlock is a Ratchet and Clank game?
Ratchet and
It's
Clank Deadlock?
not. It's only just Ratchet.
I didn't even know
it's
that
called
Valve
Ratchet
had that
Deadlocked?
license.
I think it's just called Ratchet Deadlock. It's not Ratchet and Clank Deadlock.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's a weird fact that I learned. I was like, that's so weird, but also that game fucks so hard.
That also makes sense considering it's so different. Like, it is a third-person shooter.
Clank isn't really there most of the time.
Yeah.
He's much the guy in the chair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You have the two butts.
Clank becomes Cortana, basically, and you're Master
Legitimately,
Chief now, except
yeah.
you're a lump. That's basically what happens.
The armor sets were cool, though. I love those armors.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah, we got to bring back some more classic, like, PlayStation franchises. Like, enough with the like, you keep pumping out all these narratives franchises, but what about all the fun stuff? Like, you saw with Astrobot how much everyone loved that. Like, be more fun, be more silly, you know? We don't need every game from PlayStation to be a narrative game.
We want a Spyro game that isn't connected to any kind of weird device that I need little miniature figures for. Also change back his design because that Skylanders Spyro is not Spyro.
That's not canon to me. That's not canon to me.
That's not canon. That game didn't happen
Skylanders
to
is
me.
not canon.
That game never happened in my head. That design was atrocious.
Pretty bad, yeah.
Oh, he couldn't even fly. I'm gonna get mad again about things.
Like, that's
Robert?
literally his thing. It's literally that he flies. And you're like, no, but...
No. No
He
Sparks.
jumps. He
No Hunter. No nothing. It's like, all right, well, fuck you, developers. Robert, who's your favorite?
We're already on the
Spyro
screen of just
character?
the three of us. It has been playing Ghost of Yotei stuff for a minute since we got on this tangent.
Perfect.
You know,
I haven't been watching it now. I've just been yapping about PlayStation and all my nostalgia.
Riley, what was that?
Who's your favorite Spyro character?
Oh.
Is that the dragon?
Spyro?
Yes. Little purple
dragon?
dragon.
Oh, yeah. Then Crash Bandicoot.
Wait.
Yep. Have you played Spyro, or have you not played Spyro?
No. I was a Crash kid.
No, you haven't. That's okay. I mean, Crash is also great. Crash, like, still to this day
We're not
is great. I would tell
talking
people to
about
play that
this
game now.
guy, okay? We're talking about this guy. This guy.
There it is.
Wait, go back to that first one?
Those are the
This
two
guy right
games.
Yeah, that's my favorite right there. Right, that guy.
Well, he's cool and all, but this guy is so much cooler.
Yeah, but go back to that first one real quick.
Okay,
That
this
guy's
one?
cooler. Yeah, I like that guy.
No, this. I mean, have you ever seen this little guy?
Really quick, go back to that first one real quick. Yeah, that guy's cooler. I like that guy.
This guy doesn't talk. This guy talks.
But go back to the
That's
first one
true.
real quick.
That's true. Crash doesn't talk. How can you be a good, fun, smart character if you don't even talk?
You could be annoying if you talk. Look at me, I have a podcast.
He's fine.
Okay?
Also, I just want
That's
to
our
point
show,
out,
everyone.
this-
Thanks for coming.
I just want to point out this is also still a sealed copy of Spyro the Reignited Trilogy if anyone wants it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Why is it sealed? I have another copy that's unsealed. Don't look at me like that, Robert.
You should do it as a sub goal if you ever do a subathon, like a giveaway.
Hey,
or
I'm down.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, let's get wrapping up here, y'all. Favorite thing
Lester
about
Galvin
Ghost
in
of
the chat
Yotei?
says, "Remember when Spyro was Elijah Wood?"
Duck. And he had a girlfriend all of a sudden. It's like, what is this?
What are we doing? What is
What are we
happening with this
doing right
character?
Why does
Who owns
Sparks have
Spyro
hands?
right now? Actually,
Activision.
is it still Toys
Sparks
for
had
Bob
hands.
or?
I think it's Toy. It might be.
I think Activision
who owns
owns
the
it.
rights
Toys
to
for
Spyro?
Bob
Yeah, it'd be
did.
Activision.
Like they license it.
Yeah, it says Activision. Yeah. Yeah, so bring it back. What are we doing, Microsoft? You're sleeping
more
over there. I mean,
games.
you're making a million games, but you're sleeping over there.
You can make another Spyro game. It'd be easy.
I mean, you can't say it's money. You got plenty over there.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy that for $1.
Probably ended up being like 60. Wait, no. Games like that are being priced regularly at what, $50? I'll take it.
Like a remake or a new game?
Like no, yeah, I guess a new game would probably be 60, wouldn't it?
I feel
They
like it
find
would
ways.
probably be 60 now, considering 70 is the new 60. But back when Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart came out, that game was 50 when everyone was 60.
Robert looks confused.
I do.
I'm confused.
best part of Ghost of
70s?
Yotei. What's the best thing? Go.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of yous. Raiiley, go.
The Oni igniting his sword on fire during his boss fight was probably the sickest moment in the entire game. Of just him, like that second phase, him dropping down and just igniting it. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm dead, ain't I? That was such a sick ass moment.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger, literally. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna die now. Hero?
I think for me, it's the moment with the kitsune, like that whole sequence of like finding out who she was, and then the like you said, the whole like being like injured and like seeing flashes and images and getting the flashback in that moment, piecing it all together. Then the aftermath of it, like just all of it, I thought was so sick. I was like in it, and then the fight too, because you're fighting people who have these poison things that are kind of, it's almost like Scarecrow, where they're like kind of, you're hallucinating because you're being poisoned, like that. All of that, I just thought was very, very well done.
Okay. You guys, thank you for joining me and Mike. He was here earlier. He had to bounce. He has to wash his underwear. That's what he texted. He's like, I gotta wash underwear. I'm not going to work in dirty skivvies. And I was like, bud, I get it.
Fair.
Yeah,
I get it.
Crusties.
Pro tip: wear brown underwear. Then you don't have to worry about stains.
It's a pro tip from Storymoders and Hero of Time, the Japan hater. Raiiley, what are you working
tomorrow.
on? What are you doing
No,
this
don't
week?
do
What are you
that. I
streaming?
swear to God. Jesus Christ.
That's so good. I'm sorry, one more time.
I hate that.
What do you got
my name
coming
is
up?
Hero of Time. It's a Japanese game.
It's so good. I love it. Anyways, what were you asking, Robert?
Where can people find you, and what do you have coming up?
So you can find me at twitch.tv/Raiiley. I'm streaming there. I'm trying to come up with a schedule. Most of the time I'm like, if I'm on, I'm streaming. That's the whole thing. Right now, you probably catch me doing either Battlefield 6, more than likely, is the next campaign I'm going to quickly finish up. Then we're going to hop over to Borderlands 4, finish that up. And I'm honestly hoping that by the time I finish both of those things up and like I can't figure out anything else, Screamers will be out. And I'm probably going to play through the campaign of Screamers because that game has gone from me not being
Screamers
heavily
or
interested
Screamer?
to me. I think it's Screamers. I think there's an S.
It's the racing game. Okay.
Yes. That game has low key started getting me very excited for how it's going to change racing games. So it's like, I'm definitely going to be picking that up.
Okay. Hero? Same question.
Twitch.tv/HeroOfTime73 every Thursday at 6 p.m. Right now, I'm planning on starting Resident Evil 8 on stream on Thursday in 2 days. So come check that out. And that's building up to play Resident Evil 9 on stream as well. So I'll be playing Resident Evil 8 for the next couple weeks. And then I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 9 on stream for the first time. My first playthrough will be with all y'all. So,
Let's go.
I'm going to start it on March 5th, which is the week after the game comes out. So if you want to watch along with me, play along first, so that way you don't get spoiled. That way you'll be ahead of me.
Yeah. But also don't spoil the game for Hero.
No, don't spoil the game. No,
That'd be a
spoilers.
dick
It's gonna be
move.
first playthrough. Yeah, don't.
It's
do
an emo
that.
only chat.
I'm waiting a week. For y'all. Don't ruin it.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
This
Thank
has
you
been
for
fun.
letting me be here. I'm so happy to talk about Yotei. That was so fun.
Yeah. I hope
Appreciate
that you guys have any other things that you want to talk about with Yotei before we hop off. Anything that we missed?
I feel like it was scrubbed at awards. I feel like it should have gotten a little bit more appreciated at the awards shows.
How many did it get at DICE? I know it got
only 3, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Erika Ishii won. What else? Okay.
Yeah, Erika Ishii, best adventure game, and something else. Best game
best MMO, probably, I would imagine.
Something like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Best
ongoing game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
All right.
That's my.
But yeah,
that's my
shout
only
out to the
thing.
DICE Awards for giving more opportunities for more games to win. Because Expedition 33 obviously swept the awards for Game of the Year at multiple places. But at least at the DICE Awards, they have a lot of different categories. So a lot of different games got highlighted and stuff. So if you don't like the way that the Game Awards are, watch the DICE Awards. DICE Awards are sick. Represent a lot of games.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you all here next week. Same Storymoders time, same Storymoders channel. Working on a guest for next week. We'll see if that pans out. If that does, then I'll post it. If not, then we'll fucking wing it. Maybe we'll just talk about backlogs. We'll see. Backlogs and backshots. But we will see you all.
Whoa!
Next week.
Hey, yo!
Hit the outro.